Started. Mic check here. Mic check. Y'all should be able to hear me now. Yeah, mic check should be good. We got Jameis interview. Hold on. Let's see if he says something crazy.
You called you the spirit animal of the Saints locker room. What are your emotions like right now?
Yeah, I may do with a lot. I may do with a little. But I found the secret to being content. And through that content, I understood that
That's good. That's good.
Now, this Saints defense feels like they know you pretty well. They say if they do their job, you might throw one or two their way today. How do you balance playing aggressive with protecting the rock?
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?
I love it. James, best of luck today. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, Jay. Great to see you. Okay.
All right, Browns getting the ball first.
Let's get the Saints. Won the toss. They defer. They are strong. Jerome Ford back deep for the Browns.
This is a multiple revenge game here for the Cleveland Browns. Not only is this a Jameis Winston revenge game, Joe Woods is the defensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. So a lot of familiarity going on around.
Takes a knee.
And Jameis Winston, he did a phenomenal job against the Ravens, leading them back to a victory. Had over 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns in that game. So you know he has the big arm. He has that ability. And then you have the other side of Jameis Winston where he may give them 3 interceptions. And
Look, Jameis in that huddle. Excited.
guys he's going to be.
Hold on. What we about to get today, man?
Today, let's do that. And then, of course, establish the Monday.
He spent the last 4 years here in New Orleans handing it off.
Good run.
To Nick Chubb in his 4th game.
Good run, Chubb.
6 on first down, setting up 2nd and 4 for the Browns.
Yeah, what a story. Nick Chubb coming back. He's now in his 4th game. And
Dewan at left tackle. We got Joe Batonio at left guard. Ethan Posick at center. Wyatt Teller at guard. And then Jack Conklin there at right tackle. Browns have to be better producing in the run game than they have been the last few weeks. Another run here. Nick Chubb breaks a tackle, gets to the outside, stiff arm. Nice little run there by Nick Chubb. 2 plays, 2 runs for the Browns to start the game.
you already see that the Browns are trying to establish the run game. And we talked with Tyron.
By the way, if you're here, if you're one of the 200 people here, make sure you hit that like button.
We can't do anything defensively. So Tyron Matthew, he's taking it upon himself. And yeah, he plays safety.
The Browns coming out run heavy here on this opening drive.
Support the run game so they can set up the pass defense.
2 tight ends. Winston throws for the first time. It's incomplete. He was looking for
Jerry Jeudy. First pass of the game, incomplete.
Delonte Taylor, he had played nickelback for the Saints.
Jamari Thrash on the field right now with Tillman and David Njoku.
Now he's that guy on the outside. Really enjoyed watching him play. He had some passing interference calls last week, but once he gets adjusted, he's going to be a really good corner outside.
Buchanan, you forgot Jed Wills at left bench. All right, it's going to be 3rd and long here. 3rd and long and kind of go for it territory, right?
So the Browns, worst in the league on 3rd down this season. Facing a 3rd and 9. Chubb, excellent prior to this season as far as yards per game, yards per carry, still getting back into the rhythm.
Yeah, excellent is an understatement. One of the best to ever do it as far as average yards per carry. So once he gets back into it, watch how this offense becomes so much better and much more dynamic.
All out blitz. Got it. I think you go for that. Way to get rid of the ball when he saw the all-out pressure there. Now you got a chance to go for it, and I think they will.
Yeah,
it's 4th and 1.
And he's bringing in 3 tight ends in the game. Joker's going to come to the game. Akins as well as Swain.
No surprise.
Oh, no.
They've gone for it more than any other team in the league on 4th down.
Oh, got to be impressive. Yeah. I like this play
It's a long yard here, so you can't just sneak it.
Let the defense.
I mean, you ran it up the middle with Chubb there. That's what everybody wanted you to do. They just stuffed it. No, you couldn't sneak it there. That was a long yard. That's too long of a yard to sneak there. So you had to run it. I mean, that's running up the middle. It's what everybody asks him to do on 4th and short, and it got stuffed. No, you couldn't have QB sneaked. Think about it like this. If you ran the ball with Nick Chubb and he couldn't get a yard, do you think you were going to sneak it for 2? Yeah, they just blocked it up. I mean, they didn't block it up. They just they stuffed it up. Like, you got to give them the credit they deserve there. DeMario Davis all got in there, clocked that lane up, didn't allow a gap to be created there, and they saw it coming. That's why you don't just like straight up run up the middle on 3rd down a lot. Yeah, it was too far for a sneak. I got to play defense. A good job by Jameis getting it to that 4th and 1 positioning to begin with. Just gotta execute better in the run game. That's been the issue with the Browns right now. The run game hasn't been producing the last couple of weeks. Victor says, I always wonder if the middle is full of players, why run wide? But see, when the Browns run wide, people get mad because they're not running up the middle. It's always a catch-22 on 4th and 1. It's just like 4th and 1 play calls, as much as people like to complain about it, it's really just about if you convert it or not, whether it's a good call or not, right? Like, you could do anything on 4th and 1 and it could be a great play call as long as you get the 4th down. And you could do anything on 4th and 1 and it could be a bad play call if you don't get the 1st down. It is what it is. It's about the result, right? The Saints had a good idea of what was coming. They attacked into the A gap. They shot that gap, and that's exactly what the Browns were running. And they were right on that, and they made the play. I mean, that's just football, right? Not every time your team doesn't have success, it's because of like blatant incompetence on your side. A lot of times, it's just, hey, they executed. DeMario Davis is a really good linebacker. He saw it coming. He got in the gap. Cam Jordan got in the gap. Boom.
Just let me do it next time. DeMario's like, no.
They got Chase Young there too. But they arguing about something. Something went wrong.
Get that extra yard, and now sets up the Saints in great territory.
After the big stop on 4th down. Fake to Camara. Carr.
The defense.
The pass incomplete. The interpretation hit.
And Derek Carr, he had his best game as far as yards last week. Going to having his 2 top receivers out.
By the way, we got almost 400 people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Nice job connecting with him, and they love the speed that he brings. And so you look at Derek Carr really trying to establish himself with distributing the football. He knows where to go with the football. Season high last week in pass yards. If that run game steps up for the Saints, Derek Carr's going to have a great game.
That's a good drive. That's a great play. That's a great play design. That's a hell of a way to do a draw.
It's a great start. Camara, that offensive line, getting it going. And when you look at that front, it's what they wanted to start with. And of course, Taysom Hill in the backfield, that's the catalyst, right? He's that X factor. You see him at fullback right now.
Clint Kubiak drew up something really nice there.
Kubiak talked about how smart he is and how it affects defenses when he's in the game.
Now the Saints with their center back. Eric McCoy missed the last 7. There's Camara. Ball down at the
2nd and 8.
yard line. 8 of 5. As we check out the Browns defensive unit.
And we talked about Myles Garrett and how awesome he is, what a special defensive player he is. They have some really talented guys over there, particularly Denzel Ward. He's one of the best corners in the NFL, leads the NFL in passes defense. I just love the way he plays man coverage, off-man coverage for this Browns defense.
A little reverse here. Is he going to throw?
For Saints first down.
All right, hold him to a field goal.
You're going to see him come across the field.
Little boot here. They're pulling out all the tricks right now. They did that trick draw earlier in this drive, and then they just pulled out the double reverse bootleg pass here. So it's really early for them to pull out all these tricks.
These types of plays, that's a great play call by Clint Kubiak.
You hold them a field goal. Like, I mean, they emptied their trick bag and if you hold them to a field goal, you'd be happy with that. But right now they're driving on you.
He completes a pass. Carr is also looking for Hill on one of the
No
previous
play action. That's got to be a hold, right?
The Browns shot the only team in the NFL that has not allowed an opening drive score of any kind, touchdown or field goal this season. The Saints were set up with a short field after the stop on fourth down by the Saints defense.
And right now the Saints are knocking on the door, but the Browns defense, we get the record, but they have played really well, right? And I'm not going to single out one side or the other, but you got to watch this offense. And now Taysom Hill is at quarterback.
Second down and 7.
Oh, come on. You got to anticipate that when Taysom Hill's back there. Like, how did nobody think that that was coming? I'm focused right now. Like, what is that?
Taysom lining up, and you see.
Come on now. Like, Grant, what are you doing? Grant, what are you doing?
Taysom wide open on the out.
Why do you think Taysom Hill is in there?
He's not going to make that tackle. Taysom Hill is too tough of a runner, and they get an easy touchdown to start the game.
So he completes a pass on the drive. He catches one, and he runs it in from 10 yards out.
Not a great start.
The extra point good. Taysom Hill doing it all. The opening drive for the Saints, who lead 7-0.
Yeah, they were terrified of Alvin Kamara there, but like you got to have some situational awareness. Why do you think Taysom Hill is in the game, man? It's to do that, right? It's to run on the outside to pull that zone and just run with it. All right, man. That's not Juan Thornhill's fault. Juan Thornhill's where he's supposed to be. It's Grant Delpit's fault. He was supposed to hold outside, contain, and be in that gap, and he bit on the running back instead of holding his area. That's what happened there. It's not Juan. Juan's cleanup at that point, right? Like he's trying to stop a touchdown from happening. But that's not on Juan. Should have never got to Juan. Should have never got to Juan Thornhill. It should have been bottled up in the backfield. Yeah, they went to the trick play bag. I mean, very early in this game, so you hope that's not something they could replicate all game. It's usually not. So they got 7 off the trick play drive. Now you got to score here to neutralize that and then reset the game. Hey, if I see you spamming in chat, we're just going to have to block you from the chat. All right, offense, let's do something.
Hill's jersey includes Veronta's play from the game last year when he joined Hall of Famer Frank Gifford. The only 2 players in NFL history with at least 25 rushing 10 passing, and 10 receiving touchdowns.
And it tells you how special Taysom Hill is when he's healthy and you use him correctly.
Long
See
game
how
here.
challenging it is for defenses because you can't go to an automatic check with him. He's too talented. Plus, he can throw the football.
Ford will not take it out. Play today's 5 Super 6 free-to-play game. Download the Fox Sports app, enter for free for a chance to win your share of $10,000 in weekly cash prizes. Featuring head coach Darren Rizzi, big victory last week over Atlanta, an outstanding special teams coach in the league for a decade and a half, first with the Dolphins and here with the
All right.
Saints for the last 6 seasons, replaced Dennis Allen. This team with a 7-0 lead. Browns start from the 30-yard line.
Ooh, good. Well, it's going to be defenseless receiver. It's a good ball by Jameis, by the way. Layered that right over.
Will Harris, he's the one that sets the tone for the secondary, comes in very, very physical. Watched a couple of nice tackles that he had against Tyler Algier last week.
Personal foul. Defense number 5. It's a 15-yard penalty.
All right. Got a gift.
Remember,
I mean, look at that ball. It's right there from David. It's a tough ball to throw David Njoku into, by the way.
exactly where
Like,
Harris landed. That launch point was right at Njoku's helmet area. It's an incomplete, but it's a definite personal foul.
15-yard penalty. First and 10, 45-yard line for Winston and the Browns. And off jump.
all right.
Out to the 48.
Second and 30.
Taysom Hill scoring the touchdown moments ago. Of course, teammates with Jameis Winston last 4 seasons. They asked Winston in downfield and said he's amazing, unique, very studious when he's in the quarterback room.
For your patience watching this team every week without losing your mind. Appreciate you, Thomas.
He said they had a great relationship, and because their lockers were right next to each other, they were always able to talk ball. They were top of the quarterback position. I mean, it was nothing but positive.
It's giving them a chance here.
Pass out of bounds. Intended.
I mean, one-on-one gave him a chance. Didn't really get open.
Stopped right around midfield on 4th and 1 on their opening possession.
Well, let's see what Joe Woods comes with. The one
He's gonna blitz.
with him and Dennis Allen defenses. Joe Woods likes to kind of give you the disguise if you're a quarterback. He likes to have one look and then have a couple different calls off of it. So he keeps it cloudy mentally for the quarterback right before the snap.
What's the Browns defensive coordinator from 2020 to 22? Third down and 7.
Oh, he was open. Jameis just overthrew him.
Too much on him. So the Browns will punt it away.
Ah,
Yeah, that time James Winston just overthrew a receiver. He had the open man.
yeah, he had him. He just overthrew him.
Deep corner to the sideline. That one you got to put it in between the corner and the safety, and he just overthrew that ball.
Let's get him off the field here. You should get him off the field here defensively. You started that last drive with bad field positioning. You get them in good field position here, you should be able to get the Saints off the field.
Back deep for New Orleans. Dennis takes it out the 11.
It's his own player.
Signals fair catch.
Yeah, I mean, they scored on that last drive. And remember, they got the ball at their own 50. So, like, they got plus field positioning. They were able to score off of it. That's not crazy. But let's try to get them here. Bad field position. They're going to start within their own 10. We should be able to get this ball back.
Year and even 2 years.
Don't use Allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Store closes in 5. We just need to grab a few more.
Oh, Kadarius Toney's active today. That's who 87 was. That's Kadarius Toney. Super chat. Hey Q, have you kept your positivity as a Browns fan? I mean, I'm not just like trying to be positive. I'm trying to be honest about where the team is. Right now, they're 2-7. They're not playing well. I'm not thinking that this is like a permanent condition for the team for like the rest of eternity, like some people are. But right now, this season's not going good. I think that there's some changes that could be made if the offense doesn't play well for the rest of the season. And we'll see what happens after that.
The oven-baked pastas to our new 5-cheese mac and cheese.
I mean, right now we're 2 drives into the game, man. Like, I'm not about to make a full determination about the whole game after 2 drives, y'all.
Every customer feel like they arrived before they left. This is how business goes further. T-Mobile for Business.
Customize and save with NFL on Fox from the Caesars Superdome. New Orleans, Louisiana. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Jen Hale.
All right, let's
Saints
go.
with a touchdown on their opening drive. They fared well in the first quarter this season.
It's been the MO for the Saints. They like to start fast, and then it's a matter of figuring out when the adjustments are made, can they execute once defenses have gotten used to what the game plan is.
There you go.
And the pass incomplete. Carr looking for Austin, 2nd and 10. Here comes Taysom Hill. Who did just about everything for the Saints.
Yeah, they caught you off guard with the Taysom Hill stuff early.
There's a substitution by Jim Schwartz. He said that we're going to see Rodney McLeod, number 12. He's been with Jim Schwartz at Philadelphia. He's going to be in what's called this big nickel to handle when Taysom Hill comes into the game.
Hill was in at fullback. Pass over the top. First down and more.
Stop them here. They're only at the 30.
This is a nice play design because they know the Browns right now are trying to play man. They want to lock up the outside, and then after they do that, you get one-on-one with one of the linemen with the linebacker, and then lets Kamara get open.
We need to steal some of these draw plays that they go to.
The catch for a gain of 4. King.
Guys, we're going to see a lot more Taysom Hill in the run game today, tag teaming with Alvin Kamara. The first 2 weeks, he had double-digit snaps out of the backfield. Not so much in recent times, but that's a big goal for Brizzy this week. Taysom going to be all over. He spent a ton of time in all 4 meeting rooms this week. Running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and quarterbacks. He is such an intelligent player. He can handle the workload, and it's incredibly impressive.
Yeah, we've seen him do a little bit of everything so far today. Thanks, Jen. And there he is once again.
All right, come on.
Saints first down as we head to Los Angeles for a game break, Carissa.
Thanks so much, Kenny. Packers looking to make it 11 straight wins against the Bears.
Oof, that's a rope he threw right there. To Jaron Reed. All right, man, come on.
Taysom Hill already with 3.
Derek Carr out wide.
And now Taysom Hill is at quarterback. Yes, they were at the bottom of the screen.
He's completed the pass. He ran one in for a touchdown. Hands this off to Kamara. Kamara to midfield. Steps out of bounds.
How is there not a hold call on that?
Just shy of the marker.
If you're watching the Saints offense, this is extremely difficult for the Browns defensively. They are trying to communicate on the fly. This is a big man defense, and when you have to communicate on the fly, it messes with your strength and setting the edge. So that's why you see Kamara getting outside, because you have these communication breakdowns, which stem from 2 weeks ago when they had the Chargers game. So Clint Kubiak is taking a piece of what the Chargers did and taking it to another level with his team.
Jordan Fields in the backfield. Takes the handoff on 2nd and 1. There is a flag.
What's the flag?
Holding. Offense number 7.
That's big. That's big. There you go. Trevor Penning.
He's playing that right tackle position. You're going to see him going against
On a 2nd and 1, it's kind of crazy. Okay, yeah, that's why he held.
Yeah, it's definitely a holding on him.
Forcing the Saints back, 2nd down. And
All right, get him here. Get him off the field here. We're going to have bad field position if they punt, though.
Pass from Carr, complete. Dewan Johnson, the tight end.
All right, 3rd and 3.
There's Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator. I just mentioned now he's really taking a page from the Chargers and what they were doing to confuse the Browns. And I like the play designs. Everything right now I've seen has been game plan specific. He's very, very intentional about utilizing the current talent that he has. There's so many times you see offensive coordinators, their best players go down, and then they still try to fit system to the players as opposed to fitting what the players do well to your system.
Where's Carr? Look to pick up the first down on his leg. Still in his best. Taysom Hill.
Oh, God. Come on, bro.
Derek Carr, I see him.
I mean, they just can't stop the outside contain for nothing. Look, Grant gets swooped up. That's it. That's all they got there on outside contain. It's ridiculous.
Offensive line blocking downhill, and then Carr showing a little toughness there. Okay. I know that Clint Kubiak is saying, you know, all right, you did it one time. We know you're a tough guy. Let's slide next time, please.
We got 8 passing yards.
42 on first down. Victor Mims.
Dude, everything they want to do is just fucking working.
To the 35-yard line of the Browns.
Good Lord.
Dark McCoy so important to this.
2nd and 2. I mean, we've got no pressure. We have not provided much resistance in the run game.
You can see what kind of an impact he has when he's in there.
And not just statistically, it's also about getting this offense lined up. When you have a team that comes out and we talk about game plan specific defenses, he's the one that's able to line everyone up. And Taysom Hill, again, is back at the quarterback position.
Derek Carr split out to the left as Hill takes the snap.
Thank you.
So from a defensive perspective, we talked to Jim Schwartz about this. The Browns
3rd and 3. Let's get him off the field.
You know, Taysom Hill can line up in so many positions. When he comes in from the sideline to the huddle, what are you as a linebacker looking for? What are your teammates?
Whole team hasn't made a single play all game. And we need somebody to step up, make a play.
Taysom Hill in the game. What's our personnel package to match that? Then what you have to do is say, okay, where is he lining up? What do they like to do most? What are the tendencies? And right now, Clint Kubiak is purposefully lining him up everywhere because it's really messing with the tendencies of the Browns.
Now he's in the slot to the left on 3rd down and 3.
Good tackle. There we go. They're going to go for that, right? They're going to go for that, right?
Yeah, Taysom Hill is going to get motioned out. This time, you see everyone communicating for the Browns. They're all trying to be on the same page. Grant Delpit is a phenomenal safety for the Browns. Nice job in coverage there. And it looks like the Saints, they want to go for it on 4th down.
It's about a long one. It's almost 2 yards here.
They will go for it. Taysom Hill in as the fullback. Lined up in front of Kamara. And a timeout is taken by the Browns. With 2.5 remaining in the first quarter, Saints already have a 7-0 lead. Their defense.
You get them stopped here, that could be a momentum swing.
First 2 games, 91 points against Carolina and Dallas. Then they lost 7 straight, but Derek Carr missed 3 of those games. They also lost a couple of wideouts. Darren Rizzi replaces Dennis Allen, a big win last week over the division-leading Falcons.
269 pass yards for Derek Carr in that game. That's without Raheem Shaheed. That's also without Chris Olave, 2 top wide receivers. And you see, Rizzi, what he said was, we just
All right, it's a long one. They can't sneak it.
Disciplined team, we have to be fundamentally sound, and you see them play that way so far.
4th down and 1, there is a flag.
It's a hold.
As Carr
That's not. It's a hold. That's a hold. That's a hold. It's coming back. See, all right? Yeah. All right, that gets him the punt. There we go. Yeah, that play was only allowed to happen because he held there on the boot.
Might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him when he landed on the football.
Because look, he was gonna get sacked. That's a look at that. That's an egregious hold. Like he was about to get sacked.
Defensive end, and Juwan Johnson's another guy that's been able to play different positions. He came in as a wide receiver from Oregon. They moved him to tight end. And then with his two wide receivers going down, they started to flex him back out at that wide receiver position. Derek Carr and Clint Kubiak said that he's done a phenomenal job filling in those roles and being productive for the offense.
So the Saints, who were in range for a 52-yard attempt, elect to go for it on fourth down. Due to the penalty, they are forced back.
To the punt.
Sent down the punting unit. Taysom Hill, of course, remains on the field. As Matthew Hayball waits for the snap. From his 45.
And okay. Where's that ball going to be? Yeah, about the 11. Not the worst outcome you could have got there. Are y'all mad about a play where there was a fucking holding call? Like, you know that Greg's aware of that when the ball gets thrown in the air, right? Like, he's like, there's a holding there. He saw it. It was very egregious. Like, well, there's no point in being mad about that.
We're going all in.
All right. Let's get this ball. Let's get a nice drive here. Get some points here. And if you're mad about a play in which you forced them off the field on fourth down, like you're mad about a sequence of events that got the Browns off the field at fourth down because something else could have happened, but it didn't happen. You're just wanting to be mad. Like, that's not an actual reason to be mad. And the Browns have provided plenty of reasons to be mad this season. I don't get why you would reach for a reason to be mad at this point. Like, you can't complain about how mad the Browns make you, and then you're like reaching for some shit like that. And what's going on with the Baltimore game? Yeah, it's 3-0. And they brought it up in the broadcast. The Saints do a good job scoring in the first quarter, but they don't really do a great job after that. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Ravens, Steelers. Steelers are up 3-0 on the Ravens. Any other surprises right now? No, the other games are pretty. Ooh, Jameis with the big play. Jerry Jeudy open by himself. Jerry Jeudy, he's going to go all the way. There it is. Wow. Hey.
Jameis Winston said about this defense. When I asked him about the opportunities He said they come in man-to-man coverage. If we can beat them in man-to-man coverage, we're going to have a shot. Alante Taylor is one-on-one with no help on
Joe Woods, baby.
Expecting run. Instead, they come with the play-action rollout, and Jerry Jeudy burns them for an 89-yard touchdown.
Wow. We didn't even need the drive.
History.
Damn, what is going on? They jumped. And some of y'all were spending the whole commercial break mad because the Browns got the ball back. I want to address y'all. Why? Why reach for anger in a season that's provided so much? And then rob yourself of the joy when it comes? There's a Joe Woods defense I know? Absolutely. You're going for two now? Yeah, sure, why not?
So the Browns will go for two following the penalty.
I'm trying to look at the personnel groupings that the Browns are coming with. You have 3 tight ends in the game. You have Nick Chubb in the game.
Foster Moreau's in the back.
Think about this Browns offensive personnel saying run with Nick Chubb, and usually you want to try to outsmart your opponent, so you have everything make it look like a run, and then do a play action.
All right, 1 yard.
Fake to Chubb. Winston's pass incomplete.
All right. Who was in the backfield?
That's a 14-year vet, Cameron Jordan. Intentional grounding. Offense number
Yeah, don't nobody care about that penalty.
Saints lead by 1. Now this from United.
You're going to like this story.
All right. And there it is. Big play. Good. Hey, great job blocking by Cedric Tillman on that touchdown play to Jerry Jeudy. Well, we talked about it. Hey, we needed somebody to make a play here for the Cleveland Browns. And then we get 2 plays back-to-back being made. Great tackle by Grant Delpit to force a 4th and 1, which turns into a 4th and 11 because the Saints hold. And then you get the ball back, Jameis Winston, 89-yard touchdown to Jerry Jeudy.
See my defense soon.
Here it comes. Across the 20, 25.
Yeah, man, Bubba Ventrone got to go, bro. I just don't see any reason why Bubba Ventrone should stay.
Overall pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then he goes to New Orleans, 6-4. Those 4 seasons as a starter, and switches now over to 2024. He's with Cleveland, signed a 1-year deal, but everywhere he's gone, one thing you know for sure, he's going to stretch.
They had Isaiah McGuire back there? Oh, no, Winston Reed.
Taysom Hill back at quarterback for the Saints.
They're looking to throw.
Please pick this off. Please pick this off. Thank you. Easy. 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 There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. That was such a badly thrown football. Like, what in the world were they thinking?
Interception for the Browns defense all season. Their first First takeaway in the last 5 games.
Thank you for it. Appreciate that. Truly grateful. Thank you, Taysom.
Hey, what's in the family this year? You seem oddly relaxed.
We're all set.
All right. This game's turning around. Oh, wow. Yeah, this game's turning around. Don't you dare put that throw on PJ Walker's name. Whoever said that in chat. No, don't you dare put that on PJ Walker's name. This one's turning around a little bit. Here we go. There we go. Get an 89-yard touchdown play. There you go. Run that back with the interception. Like it. Like that. That's really nice. Whew. Nah, that was not no PJ Walker, though. PJ Walker get more air on his balls. That ball just died. Yeah, okay. We need to lose. Timeout. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, 30. Ugh. All right. We get some points here. We feel really good about this. 600 people in chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man.
Start from the 18-yard line. Winston.
Okay, got it. Got it.
First down.
David, stop jumping in the fucking air.
Of 17. And just watch what Taysom Hill is supposed to be looking at. Juan Hill is the middle of the field safety. So everything is telling you that it's going to be 3 deep. You cannot stare down the middle of the field and not expect Denzel Ward, one of the best corners in the league, Juan Hill is right there where he's supposed to be at safety, to make a play on the ball. So that's why I said it was a
He could not believe he threw that.
Ricky was not excited about that. Denzel Ward celebrates.
Kadarius Toney, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, good Lord, Kadarius Toney. No more Kadarius Toney plays. No more Kadarius Toney plays, man. That's why he don't play.
Where you need it. You had 2 plays go against you. You had a long touchdown and you had the interception. When the adversity comes, that's where you need the energy. That's where you need the leaders to step up, reverse that momentum, go make a play out there for your team. 5 winding down, first quarter. Second down and 18. Winston steps up.
Oh, run that.
He'll be marked down.
It'll be 3rd and 9.
Touch. 36-yard line. The first quarter comes to an end.
Well, he didn't slide. He dove, right? So he should get the extra yardage.
7-6. Back in the moment.
His jumping greatly, Daniel says, his jumping greatly reduces lower extremity injury to ground normal folks and graduate. Hey, man, I'm just going to tell you right now, jumping in the air in the NFL game is not a good injury prevention strategy. I know how you can convince yourself that it is. Like what you said makes sense, but you're jumping in the air in the NFL football game. I promise you that'll get you hurt faster than just getting hit. Like, nah, that's not a good injury prevention strategy, man. I think that's a flawed strategy. I'll just say that. All right, well, should be like 36 to be honest, but I think they're gonna give us like 39. Say he's down when his knee went down. Or when he declared himself down.
Tomorrow on the epic Paul Benelli.
Chief is pushing back on you for the captain job.
I'm done. Rescue High Surf, only tomorrow night on Fox.
Back in New Orleans, full credit. He already has the logo for the upcoming Super Bowl.
He is ready.
Yeah, 39.
Whatever he did, let's get that energy to the defense. I know that's what he said.
Nah, they're not gonna send. Yeah, they ain't send. All right, punt, back him up. Play field position here. I think he can get him off the field. Thank you, Tony, Troy for becoming a member. Troy Green, shout out to you. Let's get a good punt here.
Long touchdown pass, 89 yards, Winston to Judy. Then Taysom Hill with a 42-yard return. Then he throws a pick on the next play.
There were a lot of swings at the end of that first quarter, but
Ooh.
it was good to see that the Saints defense responded by forcing that three out.
Is that not a running? All right. Get him off the field here.
Coach, you said you wanted to say some help.
No, they didn't run a slant. That's a drag. They had a drag as a check down, so Jameis just threw the check down because nothing was open downfield. That's why he threw short of the sticks on 3rd and 9. It's not a critical part of the game where if you don't convert, the game's over. So there's no need to force it past the sticks. You would rather Jameis do that, give yourself an opportunity to punt to get better field position for your defense than him throwing an interception and giving the ball to them in plus territory. So, yeah, that was actually the smart decision for Jameis to do if there was nothing open downfield, is to give his defense a chance to survive a couple of chunk plays from the Saints without having to worry about giving up points. It's not play calling. That's just Jameis working through his progression, y'all.
Saints players, coaches, they only used a lot of the same.
It's 3rd and 9. Like, you're not guaranteed to get it. So if you don't think you have a good opportunity to go and get it, then take the check down. Live to play another day. That's basic strategy.
What I also liked about Derek Quincy is he's the same guy that he was when he was special teams coach as he is the head coach right now. Did not change.
2nd and 4, here's Kamara. And the thing about special teams,
31.
they often are up in the room speaking to the entire team.
Take a look at the excitement we had before the game. And yes, that's one thing that we have to really impress on, is that he wasn't just a special teams coordinator. He talked about the situational football. He led those meetings. He was a game management coach when Dennis Allen was here. So he had a lot of experience about the high level, right? Situational football. What should we do? What shouldn't we do? So now what he's doing is listening in on the calls, and does that impact us positively in the situation we're in the game?
Oh. And they're going to get a big chunk play. Well, one coverage bust for another, huh?
It looks like they took a page out of the Browns offense and did the exact same thing to the Browns defense.
It's going to be a wacky game, man. Yeah, they're in zone. Juan gets caught in the backfield because he thinks it's going to be a sack or something like that. And then Greg's downfield covering somebody.
Touchdown for the Saints.
Longest pass play of the season for New Orleans.
All right.
Two-time Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Greg tried like hell to get that tackle. I think it was Devin Bush that fucked up on that play. Yeah, I think Devin Bush got excited, thought he had a sack opportunity, and blew his assignment because he's supposed to be over there in that curl flat hook zone over Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So he's supposed to be sitting in that part of the field, but I think he abandoned his zone to chase after Derek Carr, and Derek threw right over him. Which is why he was running so hard to break that to try to like end that play because he knew it was his fault. Yeah, let's give Doob a break here. All right, let's play some offense, see what happens. Nah, that wasn't Juan Thornhill's fault. I don't think that was on Juan. I think that was on Devin. That was definitely on Devin. Well, I mean, I guess they're just going with the declare himself down on a QB dive, which is fair because you can't really launch at the quarterback once he dives. So if they're going to protect them on the dives, then you got to treat it like a slide.
Pass of that length.
It's going to be a wacky game, y'all. Strap in. If this doesn't tell people the impact of JOK, I don't know what will. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the most important players on this defense for sure. And especially when you don't have a suitable replacement for JOK. It's a big problem. Good thing JOK is locked up. Hopefully he is going to recover from that injury healthy. I know people were worried about it being potentially career-threatening, even though he's not on season-ending IR. We'll see. We'll get updates about that situation going forward. But, yeah.
You're going to watch that half the defense is going to be playing zone while the other half is playing man. So now you confuse them with the odds, and then just take a look. Defenders, one is going there, one is going there, one is going there, but nobody is in the middle of the field.
Yeah, so Greg's where he's supposed to be. I think Devin's not where he's supposed to be.
Not named Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and this is one of the fastest.
Or they just busted the coverage.
Going in for a touchdown. I got a stat for you, Ken. I know you don't know this. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he is the
DTR's in the game?
touchdown reception wide receiver in the game.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson takes the snap. This is for
I guess they're trying to get the run game going.
Thompson-Robinson was in for Winston on that first down play, and now Jameis returns.
Looks like they wanted to give a different look to the offense for the Saints defense. And there's Carr on the sideline. Saw a wide open man, made an easy throw. Now James Winston, he's back in. It looks like they're going to spread out the Saints defense. Jerry Jeudy just motioned next to Dave Njoku on the bottom of the screen.
2nd and 10, Winston.
Oh, he's got it.
It's caught by Elijah Moore for Browns. First down. Nice throw, gain of 11.
Yeah, I like the way that they spread out the offense and then have Elijah Moore, nice little weight. You have Cedric Tillman with a nice little rub route. Gets for an easy completion.
Good throw.
Shove in the backfield from the 37-yard line. The handoff.
Good run. All right.
You talk about the relationship between Winston and Carr. We alluded to it earlier. After that big win over the Ravens at Winston's first start this season, Derek Carr texted him right after the game. Carr telling us Jameis was a great teammate, friend, and competitor.
And a great leader.
So much respect for these two starting quarterbacks.
Dwan, are you fucking serious? Come on, man. We're finally getting ahead of the sticks.
Jones starting his third straight game at left tackle. Everett Willis inactive today. Following the penalty, Browns force back 5 yards, now 2nd and 10.
Good throw.
It's made by the tight end.
Way to make a play, Jameis. Good throw.
Soft hand, but right there, that was a nice grab by him going against Monte Taylor, their starting corner. Looks like he caught everybody by surprise. Runs a nice slant route, uses all hands for that catch.
Gain of 20.
And this series, you can see the intent is to spread out the Saints defense.
No.
Winston to the outside.
Good defense. Good defense.
There's a Monte Taylor who's going to do a nice job of playing man. And what I always liked about Alontae Taylor is his feet. And you see he's playing the football.
That's good defense right there. Played that back shoulder well.
So he doesn't have that pass interference call.
2nd and 10 for Winston on the Browns.
Dude.
Browns was behind 2 at that time. 3rd down upcoming.
And this is the issue now when you go with this spread personnel, spread offense. You have a player.
It's almost a 60-yard field goal from right here. The heat is on now, Jim. You got it. Get the first. Good job.
Touchdown, and Jerry Jeudy quiets the crowd. Picks up a Cleveland first down, a gain of 11.
Yeah, let's take a look first at Njoku and what he does. I love the way he runs this route. They're playing press man on both.
Good job there. Way to clear out, David. Great job.
To go underneath, Jameis Winston waits for that to happen, makes a nice throw and grab, and gets an easy first down.
Browns on the move. 2 set of downs. 4
Right.
in the backfield. This is Ford.
Good run.
Just watching this Browns offense, they are running the ball pretty well. They're getting some nice yards, some nice gains when they run the football. The strength is still going to be the offensive line for the Browns. Joel Bitonio, Wyatt Teller, Ethan Posick. These are some household names when you're talking about Browns offensive line. They've been to the Pro Bowl. They're all pros. These are some good players, and their yards per play. Season average 4.2, and today, double that.
Certainly helped out by the 89-yard touchdown reception. There's Ford. Not much. Cam Jordan on the stop.
All right, 3rd and 4.
He's at that defensive end position. The best defensive ends over his 14-year career. And now that he's over there, 42 snaps last week, he's been playing really good football for them. Always able to stop the run, as you see right there. Now they'll get some more pressure with him in the passing game.
Go forward to there. Throw down at 4. Doesn't play the drive. Winston looking. Can't find anyone. Spinning. Click it down.
All right. You're fine with that. Just don't throw the interception, right? Like, I'm glad he resisted the urge to just chuck that fucking thing to somewhere.
And this is a nice job. Just watch the secondary.
Let's see. Do you have anybody? They blitzed, middle open. No, there's a guy there. I think he saw David, but didn't trust it because David is wide open on that corner route. Yeah, he just didn't trust it. I don't know why he didn't throw it. He should have threw it there. Just throw it to the back pylon. Let him come up on it. Oh, Lord, Dustin. Yeah. I don't know why Jameis didn't take that corner route there. I mean, he should have. It was there. He was looking at it. Ugh. Yeah, I think he couldn't see if there was a defender there and he really didn't want to throw an interception. But even if that's the case, you want him to just throw it to the back pylon, not give that underneath guy a chance to kind of try to underplay that ball there. So, yeah, I would have preferred he just take the chance there. I get not wanting to throw the interception because you want to have a chance to get the points. But if you're going to hold the ball that long, you're going to take a sack too, which, I mean, I don't know if Dustin makes that with the extra 5 yards there, but it certainly could have helped.
Ball.
Browns trail by 8. Failed 2-point conversion earlier. Just missed a field goal. Credit the Saints defense for the turnover on downs on 4th down on their opening possession.
And take a look at Winston, Stefanski. They're talking about it. And Stefanski liked that Winston was being very decisive. He was processing very well. Obviously, didn't like the 3 takeaways, turnovers last week.
There you go. Good job, Devin. Would love for Myles Garrett to start to put his finger on the play. Yeah. Okay, he wasn't as open. Yeah.
Missed a wide open man. He knows you got to take care of those opportunities.
Yeah, I don't know. For whatever reason, he didn't trust it, but he knows.
Winston's third start after replacing the injured Deshaun Watson. Carr on second down, complete. 6 catch in this first half made by
All right.
Jason Hill.
35.
Takes it out for the 48-yard line for a gain of 8.
And it's good to see Foster Moreau. He's back in the lineup. Him and Juwan Johnson going in as the tight ends. Taysom Hill is going to go to the sideline for a second. I know that Clint Kubiak loves utilizing all the tight ends, says that whole group has been playing really good football. And as I mentioned earlier, Juwan Johnson, now you're starting to see him get flexed out, and he's becoming a threat. Meanwhile, Myles Garrett is on the sideline. We haven't called his name at all today. I wonder what's going on with him.
Going down at 3 with no Garrett on the field. Carr plays one out. And you were just talking about Juwan Johnson.
I mean, incredible play.
Johnson, the 5th-year tight end, former wide receiver at Penn State, makes the catch, gains 20. And
Gotta get your hands up, but I mean, I don't know if that changes anything.
A mismatch if you utilize him correctly, right? You're watching him in man run away from a safety. Now he's gotten better at blocking. He's doing everything you want him to do at that tight end spot, and it's showing up on the offense for the Saints.
Myles Garrett back on the field for Cleveland. Carr dumps it off. Kamara inside the 30. As we check in with Carissa.
Thanks, Rams Patriots. Tied at 7. Matthew Stafford drops back, puts it on Puka Nacua, who lays out, makes a great catch for a 12-yard score. Rams on top 14. And
Ooh, is Puka hurt?
Rams will be the next opponent for the Saints in 2 weeks. They have a bye this upcoming week. Look to win their second straight under interim head coach Darren Rizzi. Second down at 6. On second down, that's Mims.
And take a look at Myles Garrett, left side of the screen. And you kind of see how he lands a little awkwardly from there. Took himself out for a play or two and then comes back in. As I mentioned, been really quiet today, but watching what he's done over the course of his career, over the past few games, you absolutely have to account for him every play.
Got it. Damn. Just didn't get there fast enough.
He was going to get there, but Derek Carr, recognizing the pressure, just watch how he goes unblocked to Derek Carr. This is a nice job of making sure he gets the ball out quickly. Because of that, you know it's man on the backside, or excuse me, on the front side, and they get the first down. Now, Kenny, this is one area the Saints have been really good. Top 10 in the NFL in red zone offense.
Kamara inside the 15.
But they did everything they could to stop Myles on that left side there.
I mentioned why they're so good. Top 10 in the NFL. There's Jim Schwartz, and it's because they've been able to run the football, and Derek Carr has done a nice job of
Feels like they're missing Michael Hall.
You do that, you get those opportunities. They've been able to punch it in for touchdowns.
They planned the drive, second and 3.
Nice tackle.
Kamara brought down.
All right, 3rd and 3.
Jordan Hicks.
2-minute warning here.
His return is found injuries. 2-minute warning in New Orleans.
All right, try to hold them to a field goal. Not a position you really wanted to be in at all.
Visit the U.
Yeah, I mean, you hold them here, you're only down what, 11 points. Offense has been able to get up and down the field. Finishing these drives has been difficult. I mean, we talked about special teams all year just being a disappointment, not just from the standpoint of Dustin Hopkins isn't making kicks, but also from a punt coverage and a kick return coverage standpoint. That's 2 times they've given the ball up in plus field position to the Saints. Let's see here. I played through it. Got to get the stops here, just one play at a time, but not a great start to the half here. Well, not a great start to the game here from not good first half for them at all. And it's not like the Saints have been playing a good first half either. It's just you've let them score.
For the Makers, Drew Brees on hand today.
Soon to be Hall of Famer, best teammate I ever had.
He also spent some time in 2022 as an interim assistant coach with Purdue. Helping out the alma mater. Third down and 3.
Oh, fumble. Wow. Well, that was huge. That was huge. Wow. Definitely needed that.
This is the Browns defense struggling to get takeaways. Now they've come up with 2 takeaways. Jordan Hicks was there.
Yeah.
The Ward rips it out of Taysom Hill. That is definitely a fumble. And then recovers it as well. That is the making of a great
Denzel Ward. Wow, what a game Denzel Ward is having on. Denzel Ward put on a show today.
Denzel Ward against Taysom Hill.
Remember, Hill threw the pick earlier, so it's his second turnover. Saints have not turned the ball over in all their last 3 games. And coming into this game, the Browns defense.
Denzel okay?
Shaken up.
They cannot afford to lose Ward. He is too good of a corner, too good of a player for the Browns.
So now, with under 2 minutes remaining, Browns have 2 timeouts. They have the ball back. Hand off to Jerome Ford.
Oh, the concussion doctor.
Along with the Browns medical staff. Timeout taken by the Saints.
Taysom Hill gets the completion, and you see Ward still attacking the football. Strips it out, and then as he's going, he dives on it. Can't tell if he might have got his legs, ankles locked up with Jordan Hicks, or he might have landed on the football at that time.
Ward had the interception earlier, and now the forced fumble.
And 3-time Pro Bowl selection, and we've called a couple of their games this season, and every time we ask the opposing coaches about Who's a good player aside from
They haven't taken his helmet, so I think he's fine. Love to see Tillman get involved. All right, third and short. Third and medium.
By the Saints, Steve Warner made the tackle. So now to a minute 43. Browns facing a third down at 5. Rise at halftime coming up with Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Brock. A couple of divisional matchups, Packers, Bears, Ravens, Steelers, and congratulations to Rob Gronkowski this past week, inducted into the Greater Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame.
Congrats.
Very the nice. Buffalo area.
Very well deserved. It was okay at the tight end.
Might get into another Hall of Fame at some point.
That's not a mic.
You're headed down for a ceremony at halftime. Your former teammate Jerry Evans will be inducted into the Saints Ring of Honor.
They blitzing. Nah. Got it.
For a Browns first down.
They're not going to use their timeouts now.
From Winston for Jerry Judy.
Good throw.
Trying to go quickly. It was a great ball by Jameis Winston and Jerry Judy fitted into that tight window of cover 2.
Now another timeout called by the Saints. New Orleans.
Yeah, Jerry Judy has to have over like 100-something yards at this point, right?
Looks like he's just communicating with the DB's coach, trying to figure out how we can be better on that.
They caught their last timeout.
You found it then.
Of course I did. Good point.
I never talk about Quinn Ewers. I don't think Quinn Ewers is that good.
Toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. And
Yeah, I've watched Quinn Ewers. I would stay away.
it's
In first round too, I would stay away. We'll see. I watch him more. I watch him more as the season goes on, and once we get into the draft part of the season where I can truly like focus on all these prospects. But yeah, there's a reason I don't talk about Quinn Ewers.
must be a genius. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time. And over time, it can help lower your A1C. This is progress. Learn more and try for free at freestylelibre.us.
Total Wireless, we got your back every day. Just look at the facts. We give you 50% off the total 5G unlimited plan. That's only $25 a month for 1 month. $8. We locked your price for 5 years. $8. So back those facts, right? Get the facts. Then switch to Total Wireless.
New Downy Comfy Cozy combines softness and scent for an elevated cozy we call Cozy. Transform your every day with new Downy Comfy Cozy. It not only combines softness and scent, it breathes life into your laundry.
Oh, that's gonna get me. All right, where we got the ball? 40? How many yards does Jerry Judy have right now? He is 123. The touchdown. Hey, draw up the middle, call timeout after.
On first down, catch is made by the Joker. Taylor brings him down. Gain of 7.
Timeout.
And there was an injured Cleveland
Looks like
Brown as the
DeJuan
left tackle.
Jones.
Here's DeJuan Jones.
Hey, what's interesting, I was watching DeJuan Jones a few plays prior, it took him a while to get to the line of scrimmage. Jameis Winston was trying to hurry everybody up. Then they had the timeout. He would go back, and then there's DeJuan Jones, the left tackle, and then looks like he might have gotten rolled up again here.
Oh God.
By his own man.
By his own man. That's tough.
I think he's gonna. This is gonna be a cart. Yeah, his ankle. He rolled his ankle bad. That's it. His ankle's rolled. You see the bottom, his ankle.
Started the last 3 games for Jedrick Willis.
He's touching his knee, but it looks like the ankle overpronated.
Ankle State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski. Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah, it's a high ankle sprain. He might think it's broke, but a high ankle sprain and a broken ankle, it don't feel that much different. Yeah. They're going to put it in the air cast just to be safe. It looks like a sprain.
Browns 11 wins last season, only 2 this year. Saints looking for their 4th win today. Visually Falcons.
We'll see. There's no reason to argue about if it's a fracture or if it's a high ankle sprain. We'll find out in a couple days.
Falcons in Denver later today as they bring the card out for the Browns left tackle, DeJuan Jones. Then it's 16 remaining in the first half. Back in a moment.
That's the second time we've lost a tackle because somebody on the right side's getting blown up, man. Teller's been regressing since 2021. It stinks. Yeah, it's probably, if not until like the last month of the season, it's probably it for DeJuan. And it was something that you wanted to see him play left tackle for the rest of the year. So it's really unfortunate if that's as serious as it looks.
Browns left tackle, DeJuan Jones, injured on the last play. Driven off the field to the Browns locker room.
And that's tough. He has been playing really good football for the Browns offensive line. Basically burned that left tackle spot.
First down. All right, come on, get on the ball.
And you see the air cast on the left ankle. When I mentioned he earned that spot, Jedrick Wills was a starter. To start the season, he would fill in for him. He was playing well. Jedrick Wills decides to make a business decision, and that's all DeJuan Jones needed to take over that starting spot.
Get out of bounds.
Shots of big games the last 3 weeks.
That Bailey Zapp on the sideline.
Down to 47 seconds. With the Browns on the move. Petty in for Jones. Browns looking to capitalize on the second turnover committed by Taysom Hill this first half.
See, they're really trying to hold on to that one timeout. They're getting closer and closer to field goal range.
Oh, you got it.
Screen. They're now in field goal range.
Timeout.
Call the timeout. Down to 40 seconds. Road forward. Gain of 14. There's Hopkins, who missed from 51 earlier. So both teams out of timeouts. With the Saints leading by 8.
Yeah, in situations like this, I had asked Kevin Stefanski about having coached with Joe Woods. He was with the Browns. And he said,
I go grab Hunter. We ain't had one of them in a minute. What are you talking about? Like a good corner? I mean, I like Travis Hunter too.
supposed to go man, hits him with a screen, gets a big gain, and puts him in field goal range.
I wouldn't mind drafting him.
From the 32-yard line of the Saints on first down. Winston again to Joku.
All right, spike.
Now Winston will spike it.
All right, you got time for a couple plays here.
23 seconds.
So remember that they had about 40 seconds on the clock. They wrote that ball in the middle of the field. David Njoku gets a little extra. It takes about 20 seconds off the clock here. So you got one shot up the middle, or you got 3 balls that you could throw, or 2 balls that you could throw to the end zone.
He was my quarterback for the greatest college football team of all time.
One of the Hurricanes. Took play of the drive. Winston's pass complete. Judy. It was already over 100 yards thanks to his 89-yard touchdown. This drive started way back at the 7-yard line following the sprint by Denzel Ward of Taysom Hill.
And what's really encouraging, if you're the Browns, you're watching Jameis Winston very, very efficient with his offense. Complete command. He's not forcing the issue. You see how clean he can be at that position for you. He's done a really good job so far in this 2-minute drive.
Going down in 6. Winston to the end zone.
All right, kick the field goal. Tillman wasn't supposed to be, wasn't where he was supposed to be. I'm guessing by Jameis's face there, he kind of grimaced at Tillman.
The 32-yard attempt.
Nah, it's 4th down. You got to kick it.
From the right hash.
Hey, bro, what the fuck is going on with Hopkins?
Browns are saying it's on the Saints.
Dallas Kemp discussing it with his crew. Holding. Defense number 98.
Wow, that's a 1st down. Do you take another chance to throw it?
So with 11 seconds remaining, Browns will send the offense back out.
Yeah.
Following the holding call on Peyton Turner.
Wow, Peyton Turner, one of their first-round picks out of Houston a few years back. And he's been marred with injuries. He's been trying to play harder. We'll take a look. It's hard to see. He's in the middle. They definitely called it on the wrong player.
Not look like 98 committed the
Correct. It was not 98.
So with 11 seconds on the clock, no timeouts remaining for the Browns.
Empty personnel.
Touchdown or nothing here. Don't throw to the right.
Cam Jordan getting a piece of it.
There we go. Cam Jordan stepping up. He knew he couldn't get to Jameis Winston. He times up his jump and putting his hand up. Nice job, Cameron Jordan.
Got to be quick with this.
It's in there, making plays, contributing.
Got to be quick with this.
Second and goal. Winston doing so broken up.
All right.
So now Hopkins will head back in.
Throw to Chubb. No.
He's
what he does is stare.
All right, Dustin, make the fucking field goal. Yeah. Yeah, he gave him a 50-50 ball. I don't mind that choice. Yeah, over the middle, that's a pretty standard ball. No way.
Ever since Rizzy became head coach, he put a curse on all kickers that come into this stadium. Youngway Koo missed 3 last week. Now you have another one, another kick that was missed. Wow. So it remains an 8-point game. Time to get more stats with Geico. We'll look at the quarterback numbers. Derek Carr, 13 and 15, has completed his last 11. 14-6. Saints over the Browns at the half. We head to Los Angeles for the Verizon halftime with Kurt and the gang.
Welcome to the Verizon halftime to the NFL, powered by Verizon 5G.
I would say Dustin was on the floor, but Gus on it. Not really looking at stable right now. Saints with leads for Verizon halftime.
All right, we got some good one here. Green Bay Packers, that's Chicago Bears, that's Jordan Love, the young quarterback.
I mean, what I'm supposed to what they get to the part of the field where they can get a field goal twice. I mean, they supposed to be able to get those field goals. Those are 2 easy ones. Dustin's got to make those kicks. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you there. Like, he's got to make those kicks. These aren't like we asking him to make 60. Bro, it's 2 20-yard field goals. Like, is he supposed to stay on the team? Is he like what? There's no, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to tell him. He missed 2 sub 30-yard field goals back to back. He got bailed out and missed it. That's the shit that we literally fired Cade York for in the preseason for doing that, by the way. Like, he's doing this in the regular season. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Like, he's got to go at this point. He's got to go. He's real close to being cut. He's about to be cut. Like, that's it. You can't do that. You cannot do that. That's what got Cade York cut, and he did it in the preseason, man. Like, he's cut. Like, you're going to find out this week he's no longer, like, maybe the short week saves him. That's the only thing, because the Browns do play on Thursday, so maybe the short week does save him, but come on, man. Yeah, in a dome is crazy. It's crazy. Ooh, Anthony Richardson just ran a man over. Another good extension by Barry. Every single one of you motherfuckers in chat were definitely cheering that extension when it happened. Like, don't act like you saw this coming. Don't do that. You didn't see it coming. It's a kicker extension. It's like $2 million most. Ain't like you locked up the franchise because you signed a kicker to an extra year or so.
Sweep out to the outside. Big, strong, fast, outruns everybody to the corner. And then here, traditional quarterback, he throws it up into triple coverage. That's never going to work. And, you know, he had a little fumble later on in the so like the good and the bad case of Hill. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he's having a great series, a great season there in New Orleans.
Pat McAfee available? I don't know, man. Like, literally, this is some of the worst field goal kicking. The Browns should only be down by 2 points right now. I mean, they're lucky they're only down by 1 score. Like, that's because the Saints aren't good either. But I mean, this stuff right here, this is ridiculous. Like, you got to make those kicks. There's no excuse for that, man. You missed a 30-yard. You're not supposed to miss any of those. Any of those. Like, is he hurt or something? Is he hurt? I mean, the 2 points that they didn't get, the extra point that they didn't get after the touchdown, that was a choice because there was a penalty. They didn't want to kick the extra point. They went for 2. That's not on Dustin. Bring back K. York. He was a draft pick. No, don't bring back. Don't fix a mistake with a mistake. Just go out and sign some random dude to kick the fucking football. It's not that difficult. It don't got to be any specific name. You can literally just name anybody, and then that dude would be fine. Hawkins is the only one to open the tank email. Yeah, man, he just stinks. I mean, this has been going on all year. He's got to go. This is like, and it's not like Dustin Hopkins had been kicking fine and then today happens. Dustin Hopkins has been kicking awfully this season and then this happens. This is the last straw. You can't continue with this. You just can't continue with this. Hey, man, at the end of the day, they're only down by like 8 points. They have a real chance to win this game. So the game ain't over, but Justin Hopkins, man, like, I don't know what to do with you, man. Another Sunday being ruined. Yeah, I mean, they can win this game still. They're literally only down by 8 points. Dustin's just not making it easy. Yeah, D-Hop's got to go, man. All right, I'll be right back. If you can't hit the like button, we'll be back after, give me about 5 minutes. Yeah, man, whatever's going on with Dustin that makes him incapable of making a 30-yard field goal either has to be figured out or he doesn't need to be active on game days. So we're just going to go for it on fourth in the rest of the game. It seems unreliable kicking at this point if you can't make 30-yarders. Well, I try 50. I mean, like, if he's not injured, you still got to kick it. Like, you got to figure out why he's not making these field goals. Is it just that he's not making these field goals? Or is it like he's, like, injured?
From the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Saints with an 8-point lead. Davis Winston with an 89-yard touchdown pass.
He's not injured.
You just wonder, are you doing a little too much with Taysom Hill?
Saints will receive the second half kickoff with an 8-point lead.
Hey, he's not injured.
Kenny Albert, Jonathan Philbin, Jen Hale from New Orleans. So you have both teams leaving some points on the field. The Saints with the 2 turnovers, the Browns the 2 missed field goals.
And you look at the mid, but you also look at it from the positive angle. The Browns able to take the ball away. They haven't been doing that. They're starting to communicate better. They did give up the one big play. Other than that, it's been good for the Browns. And then on the other side, the Saints. When you think about what the Saints are trying to accomplish without the top 2 wide receivers, still getting production on the offensive side, defense playing well, it's encouraging football on both sides.
Cards pass complete for a first down to Valdez. Scantling as we check in with Jen.
And then look where they got the ball. Like, the kick coverage wasn't great.
Look, you've done this 1,000 times. We believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. Some good news for this Browns defense. Denzel Ward went to the locker room with chest and rib injuries, but he is back. And as far as that question about Taysom Hill, is he doing too much? I just asked Riz that exact question, and he told me, heck no. He's one of the best players in this league, and we're going to continue to go to him this half.
Here it's on cue. Thanks, Jen. Taysom Hill puts up the Saints first down.
Hey, okay, when Taysom Hill proving me wrong, gets a nice carry. Like the way that he runs between the tackles, runs hard, forces you to tackle him if you're a defender. As long as he takes care of the football, he's proving me wrong every time. Just take care of the football.
21 yards on the ground. He's matched his career high with 7 receptions. Also completed a pass.
And now he's lined up at the fullback position.
From the 42, first down. Carr throws it away. Did not find an open receiver.
Yeah, that's a better job.
Second and 10.
Defensive line recognizing the screens. They were having a lot of issues in that first half. Identifying.
Nah, it was a running back there.
Defensive lineman. If you feel your offensive lineman start to move away from you or allow you to go to the quarterback, that automatically tells you it's a screen, right? You're not that great where offensive linemen just move out of your way so you can get a sack. That time, the front four played very well.
Carr had completed 13
There you go.
attempts prior to that last play. Camara up the middle, short game, Jen.
Kenny, back to what Riz was saying about Taysom
Gotta get him here, 3rd and 10.
That playing all these positions is too much, even though he did have those 2 costly turnovers. He believes that he's going to settle in, get his feet underneath him. They're going to use him just as much.
Tucker missed 2 field goals so far.
What he wants the team to do as a whole is focus on the details, clean up the penalties. No self-inflicted wounds is his challenge for this half.
All right, thanks, Jen. 3rd down and 10. Carr's pass sails away.
That's
from
big.
Hill, the intended
I don't know if they're going to kick that. Are they going to try to kick that?
to connect that time.
I mean, in this game, the offense hasn't been the problem. The offense has been productive in this game for the Cleveland Browns. The issue has been special teams. Hasn't been able to capitalize on some gimme opportunities that they've gotten.
Not going for it on 4th and 10. They'll play the field position game.
I know Rizzy's aggressive. He's not 4th and 10 aggressive.
Right. So Hayball has only punted once today.
It's a bad punt. No, good punt.
Catch ball forward at the 7-yard line by Moore, so the Saints and the Browns deep in their own territory.
Honey, I don't think.
And it's a good stop by the Browns defense. Make sure there's no points. You would have loved they could did it earlier in the down there. Defensive line still not getting the kind of winning on the line of scrimmage that I would like to see them get, but got off the field, didn't cause points. Offense gets a chance to move the ball here a little bit. Only down 8 points. So those aren't red sleeves. Those are orange sleeves, y'all. They're orange. Kadarius Toney touchdown. All right, yeah, let's see it. Hey, why not, right? This game's gonna go wacky. Let's go full wacky. Tell you this though, they lose this game and then they get like destroyed by Pittsburgh on Thursday. I don't know if they make it out of that, man. Like, I don't know if Kevin makes it out of that. We gotta be real about what we're watching here. Don't know if Kevin makes it out of there. That'd be unfortunate. But it's the AFC North, so I mean, look, the Browns beat the Ravens. Anything can happen when you're playing within the AFC North. So I wouldn't just write the Browns off for that game. I wouldn't write off any AFC North team in any AFC North game, no matter what the record is. It's Indiana, Ohio State. Is that the noon game? Yeah, it's the noon game. Got to watch that next week.
Halftime ceremony. Congratulations to 11-year Saint, your former teammate. You guys won a Super Bowl together. Jory Evans, a 6-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first-team All-Pro, newest member of the Saints. Ring of Honor.
And it's well deserved. Jory Evans, great friend, former teammate, and I knew he was something special because when we would practice, it was so much harder in training camp. And during the season, we would have good on good, ones versus ones. I'd have to go against him all the time. And man, it was such a problem. So Sundays were easy because of Jory Evans.
Whoa.
Carr going deep, no flags. 7 for Elijah Moore.
Man,
Teammates, champions forever.
So happy for Jari. So happy for what he's done. Great person. Family is great. We hang out all the time. Now he's an assistant offensive line coach with the Saints. I mean, this couldn't have happened to a better person, Jari Evans. Congratulations, Jar.
8th member of the Ring of Honor joining Tom Benson, Mark Anderson, Ricky Jackson, Archie Manning, Sam Mills.
Oh, good RPO. All right, way to get out the minus field position there. Way to get Cedric Tillman involved.
Who's who of Saints players, Jari Evans, right there with them. And Cedric Tillman, he's really come alive with Jameis Winston, and that connection, you can tell it started way before Jameis Winston became a starter.
Good stuff.
When you have backups, they usually play as scout team players. Cedric Tillman wasn't getting a lot of reps. He had Amari Cooper ahead of him, so he was on scout team. And you can see that connection started with the scout team. Now both of them are starting, and he's had a lot of production since.
Winston on first down over the top. It's complete to Jerry Jeudy. Jameis Winston returning to New Orleans. He's beloved here by his teammates. And
255.
I was so grateful to be part of the city of New Orleans. I viewed it as home. His wife's family is from here. And he has such respect for the Saints organization, the coaches, the players, and the entire city of New Orleans.
Yeah, what I really respect about Jameis as a backup, the way that he would still talk to the team, always positive, address the team.
Oh, big run. All right, moving the ball now.
So he began his career in Tampa. Always seems to have a lot of fun bringing that joy to the field, the locker room.
It's so natural, right? It's so genuine. You look and you say, "Yeah, this guy's got to be putting up a front, right?" But no, he's really like that. One of the best interviews we have every time we interview him before games. You just enjoy being around him and the energy that he brings. And I talk about him always being positive. There were so many backup quarterbacks that go in the tank, don't say anything because, oh, I'm just the backup. He was quite the opposite for the Saints.
Good run. There you go, Chubb.
I'm kidding. JV just talked about James being just a backup, but even in that role, guys like Tyrann Mathieu said, before kickoff, he'd come up to me every game and encourage me, tell me today's going to be my day when he was wearing that black and gold uniform. Tyrann referred to James as the Saints spirit animal when he was here. So a lot of love for him on this Saints squad and the Saints fan base.
Yeah, just not today, Jen, right? A lot of love, just not today.
Now playing against one another. Winston and the Honey Badger. Second down and 5. Here's Chubb.
There you go. There you go, Chubb.
Winston had a lot of love for you, which happened the other day.
All right, let's keep going.
Thank you for the time you spent speaking to the team last year, the knowledge that you brought to the 2023 Saints, and he was very appreciative.
Yeah, I was appreciative. Dennis Allen asked me to speak to the team. Jameis Winston was there. Just trying to give them from a linebacker leader, been there, done that experience, and what it takes to be a champion. I appreciate
Get rid of it.
for really soaking it in.
Oh, got it.
This pass is complete.
There you go.
Judy has had a monster game. Brought down at the Saints 30-yard line. That's Judy's 6th catch, 142 yards, and a TD.
Take a look at Jameis Winston. His eyes staying downfield, not worrying about the pressure up front. And this is what head coach Darren Rizzi was worried about. He said that Jameis Winston is a momentum quarterback. He starts to get in rhythm, and all of a sudden it becomes a problem. We saw this against the Ravens. He starts to get hot, and it's all of a sudden it's very challenging for the defense to stop him.
Play action on first down.
Just run. Oh, he's got him. Did he catch that? Hey, what a throw. Did he get that? Did he get that? Let me see the feet, because that was close.
Eerily similar to the Ravens game. Jameis
Good
Winston
Lord, just right in the honey hole.
gets out there, and Elijah Moore gets behind the center.
Both of them.
Both feet looked that they're down inbounds.
Wow.
For the touchdown for the Browns. What a throw. Great concentration.
Let's see the feet. You can't really. Yeah, he got it.
That is definitely a touchdown.
Wow.
What a play.
They will go for 2. They missed a 2-point conversion earlier. And remember, Hopkins has missed a couple of field goal attempts as well. Working to time.
Got it. There we go. Hey.
This time a 92-yard drive. Started at the 8, ends with a touchdown catch by number 8.
What a response by the offense. That's a 90-yard drive. They started a drive at the 7-yard line. Say what you want about how the defense has played in this game, but you look at the 3 games Jameis has been in there, I think it's obvious that quarterback was the issue with the offense the first 6 weeks, man. Like, what Jameis is, 2 touchdowns? I mean, Chubb running the ball finally well again. He had been running pretty sus the last couple of weeks. And then Jameis with the couple great throws here, making some good decisions. I mean, I think Jameis is pretty close to getting over 300 yards here. The O-line's still a problem. It don't feel like a problem right now with the pass game, at least. I mean, the pass game hasn't been really affected by it. The few plays that have broken down, Jameis has been able to make plays out of structure. Sorry, I left your feed. Well, you don't gotta apologize, man. You're good. Appreciate you for being here. That was a beautiful throw and catch there. A beautiful throw and catch. All right, defense, let's do something with it now. Because defense, I'm going to be real with you. Despite the Saints only having 14 points, ain't really done shit today other than get those turnovers. They've really been letting the Saints move the ball on them. I want to see the defense show up now.
Okay, take a look at Lante Taylor at the top of the screen, and then watch what he does as soon as he feels like he cleared this route. And so he's looking back at the quarterback. There is no help at all on the deep half of this field. So it looks like he's expecting Will Harris to help him in cover two. Instead, Will Harris stayed on the hatch, and because of that, there's the anger, there's the frustration. Because of that, there was a touchdown, and Tyron is saying, come on, we are better than this. This is basic defense. Let's communicate and play good football. On the toss, Kamara.
All right, good. Defense looks like they're running a little bit faster out there. Come on, let's go ahead. We got a chance to win this game. Let's do it.
Saints had a 14-6 lead at the half. Browns tied the game moments ago. Browns defense with a couple of big takeaways today. Looking to stop the Saints here and get the ball back. Second down and 8.
Let's get involved, Miles. Here comes. He are doing nothing on tight ends right now, man.
It's a nice, they call these switch routes with Moreau and with Juwan Johnson. It looks like you see how he trailed right behind, and then at the end, right?
Yeah, miscommunication. I mean, that's just having a young linebacker in there. Mamu's not where he's supposed to be.
Sitting in zone.
The defense.
First down, Dennis Bush.
They've done a great job on Kamara, and one thing I've been really pleased with is Denzel Ward stepping up for this Browns defense, getting the first interception. Then he goes, rips the ball out from Taysom Hill, prevents them from getting a touchdown or a field goal. And what you like to see are these guys playing hard. When your leaders, your top players are playing hard football, everyone has to respond. 0 takeaways in the last 4 games. It was the longest after drought in the NFL, and they had 2 today, both by their star corner, Denzel Ward.
Only 5 all season coming into this game. There's Kamara, second down and 11.
There you go, get him. There you go. Third and super long. Got to get this.
Emerson shoved him out of bounds.
If you're just watching guys get after Alvin Kamara, Grant Delpit gets in there, Jordan Hicks, I know they're so happy to have him back, and then Emerson finishes it off. But Grant Delpit, for everything that's gone on with the Browns and miscommunication, he has been the steady Eddie safety for the Browns. He gets down there in the box, and can play in the secondary.
Big Saints fan. His family was displaced by Hurricane Katrina when he was 7 years old. Moved to Houston.
Pressure. We on that. Hey. Way to get him off the field.
Talking Brad but yes, from here and actually grew up idolizing Tyrann Mathieu. They both played at LSU when they both wore the highly valued number 7. It's given every year to a player that epitomizes not only excellent athletic ability, but also the ability to elevate one's teammates. And certainly,
There you go, defense. First time they looked like the Browns defense all game. Watch for some bullshit here. Hey, that happened on the other side too. Remember, the roughing the punter isn't if you contact the punter, it's if you contact their lower extremity. That happened to Corey Bojorquez, right? They didn't call it on Corey Bojorquez earlier in this game because he got hit up top. You can get touched up top. You're still an active player. You just can't attack the legs of the kicker, the feet. Yeah, you're fine. That game out of halftime yet? It's Pittsburgh, Baltimore out of halftime yet? Yep. Yeah, you could touch the kicker. It's just you can't. It can't look like malicious contact. Like if you're selling out the block and you hit the kicker's legs, it's going to be a penalty because you can injure the kicker that way.
Big with more cheese, more pepperoni, and more shack. Get the Shackaroni for $12.99. Only at Papa John's. Order now to earn rewards. Deal.
We've never seen hoops like this.
Yo. It's just the beginning. Disney Plus Hulu Max bundle. Plans starting at $16.99 a month.
Any questions?
How did you become a capital and bank guy?
I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts. Reaching the Hall of Fame? Didn't you live in space? What's in your one?
All right.
Saints defense has allowed the most plays of at least 30 yards.
That sounds familiar.
2 touchdowns today of 30-plus scored by the Browns. Coming to this game, Browns only had 7 plays of at least 30 yards all season. Browns start from the 10-yard line. Hand off, Chubb. Mario Davis wraps him up. So Winston, back in the first quarter, 89 yards on the catch and run by Jerry Jeudy.
And you'll notice the theme for both plays. Jameis Winston gets out of the pocket, and all of a sudden, the coverage breaks down for the Saints. That's been the issue today. Over the season, the issue has been a lack of a pass rush. Then you give too much time when you have these guys playing man for 5 seconds. They get over the top of the defense.
Second and 10, Jerome Ford.
Oh, good run by Jerome Ford.
Taylor brings it down. Good second effort by Ford.
Way to make a play there.
Goes over 300 yards for the game in the third quarter.
He's in rhythm. It's as simple as that. He's a momentum quarterback, like Darren Rizzi, head coach, said. And right now, he's feeling it. He's in rhythm. Also, give credit to the offensive line. He hasn't had a lot of pressure, and now they're starting to move the ball in the run game.
Big shot here. Has a step. Oh.
Intended for Jeudy.
Judy will break Josh Gordon's record over 200 yards. I think Josh Gordon's record is 2 games back-to-back over 200 yards. Oh, he could have caught that one.
That time. I've seen him panic a few times during the season. That's when he gets the pass interference calls. But that time, played the football very casual. It was a nice job of executing defensively.
All right, let's get Cedric Tillman in this game.
Jones, who's been starting for the injured Woes. Ford.
All right, 3rd and 7. Yeah, Mari has the single game record, which is like 270 something.
He gets after the run. He takes on 2, holds a point, doesn't get knocked back, allows for everyone else to make the play. He's frankly been doing that since his rookie year, 2011. We actually drafted him because he was such a good run stopper, and then he developed the pass.
Got time.
3rd and 7. Winston looking for more.
Hey, if you're going to miss there, that's fine. How you miss? Yeah, if you're going to miss there, you want to miss ahead, right? You want to give them a chance to run underneath it. You're trying to split those safeties.
See, when they all communicate, don't let anything get behind.
What you don't want to do is miss that short and let somebody come up and make a play on it. So you're finding that.
This year, not so much. And Jameis Winston,
hopefully, he can flip the field here.
Man. He is feeling it. He's feeling good about the way he's been playing. He's going to continue to take those shots.
Marquez from his 15.
Good punt.
Pettis takes it out to 22.
Come on, cover.
Pettis
Okay, they got it.
comes back the other way.
They got it covered. There you go.
Anthony Bell makes the tackle on
Good job.
17.
Way to cover it.
If you have advanced.
I mean, anybody's gonna look slow when you try to reverse field in the NFL. That just don't happen. Nobody's that fast. Not even Tyreek Hill can do it on a consistent basis. Yeah. All right, let's keep playing defense here. Let's keep playing defense. Tight game. Give me 1 second here, y'all.
Is known for running, and now
all right, defense.
who's going to be in And that's a huge loss, man. The offensive line needs him.
From the 22.
Oh, strip sack. All right. Good job. Mahmoud. I mean, not Mahmoud. Obo. Should have been a holding call there, too.
Gets around
Yep.
Trevor Penning and gets his hand on the football. Derek Carr smartly gets on that football because Miles Garrett was right there to pick it up.
All right. Get him off the field.
Haven't seen much pressure today. That's a good job by him setting the tone.
Let's keep playing well.
Second down at 17. It's Kamara. Now, through the years,
30. Third down and like 11. Rusty was early.
And it came from Corbin Butcher Block. We had a chance to visit Glenn and Chaz there last year. They were up in the booth with us at a game, and here they are again. Glenn, Chaz, Turducken.
I mean, without a doubt, this is by far the best poultry you're ever going to get.
They fed our entire crew last night. Here at the Dome, takes the
Ah. Damn. It's got to get to him earlier than that.
To meet the NFL on Fox crew on Thanksgiving, Cowboys, Giants, and they will be presenting their turducken to the players of the game.
Can you remember like 2 years ago when I first tried the turducken and I was like, okay, and I'll taste it. I was like, oh my goodness, this thing is great. Almost burned my hands wanting to eat some more. You got to have this. This is awesome. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed if you try that turducken.
New set of downs.
Ooh, is he okay?
Takes it out to the 36.
Yeah, he's fine.
Special coin used on Thanksgiving with the turducken on one side, the special John Madden Thanksgiving game coin. And we thank Glenn and Chaz for coming out once again. It was a great meal last night.
Yes, it was.
For the viewers, Jonathan was slumped down in his chair.
I ate too much.
After eating.
I ate too much.
I didn't think you'd be able to make it back to the hotel.
I didn't think I would either, man. I needed a good 30 minutes to sit there in my chair and just reminisce.
Browns D-line getting pushed here. He's not covering in the backhand.
I thought last night was one of their best ever performances here at the Superdome.
All right, they're going to take this to the fourth.
That's it. Beating Arizona, divisional game, beating the Vikings in the championship game, and then yesterday, comatose after 3 servings of turducken.
It was impressive. Derek Carr having some fun. As we are up here.
All right, 14-14. Browns offense is moving. The defense, they had a really good 3-and-out last drive, but right now they're letting the Saints drive a little bit on them. They're blitzing, right? So they're getting movement on the line, which they haven't been getting all game. So they're finally getting movement on the line. The issue is they're not getting there. They're not finishing those blitzes. So even though they're pushing these guys back, they're not finishing on them. And the Saints are realizing that, so they're doing a lot of play action, kind of bounce around all that. All right. Stop him here. It is nice not to get blitzed with like a bunch of ads from like political campaigns this week. It's not that the zone play is garbage more than like when you sell out and you blitz like the Browns are, you're just leaving your corners at a disadvantage. So you're putting 4 on 5 for your secondary because you want to win with the mismatch up front. And we got to get to the quarterback when we do that. That's really what's happening.
It's flights enough to turducken right now. I'm taking something with me to the airport.
Are you done chewing? Is it okay for them to begin the fourth quarter?
Give me another minute or two. Come back and ask me that in another minute.
I'll do my best. Big Stone working solo. 42-yard line as we begin the fourth. Carr.
Nah. Denzel Ward was all over that. Nah.
The play call, I love the design. They just ran it on the wrong guy. Denzel Ward is too good. Leads the NFL and passes defense, gets turned around, and his closing speed. That's what Jim Schwartz said about him.
Yeah.
His closing speed is the best he's ever seen.
Who was the dude in chat saying Denzel Ward sucked?
And gets another pass defense.
Pass intended for Valdez Scantling. Who had a 71-yard touchdown reception earlier. Second and 10.
Little pressure. Stay on him. There you go. All right, get him on this one. Get him on this one.
Thanks, Scotty. Rams 21-13. Matthew Stafford going to throw his 4th touchdown pass of the day. This one, beautiful pass to Colton Parkinson.
Oh, jeez.
Rams in front, 28-13. Okay.
Guys, Carissa Rams will be here in 2 weeks. Next game for the Saints. Down in the NFC West, Arizona Cardinals in first place.
I'm on 3rd and 10 here.
By a very slim margin. They're going to go down to the wire.
Make the tackle.
NFC West.
That's short.
Unofficial.
I don't see any officials signaling to move the chains. Let's take a look at the effort by Monroe.
Great effort by Monroe. Jeez. That's a first.
So 4th and short. 51-yard field goal attempt.
Boy, huge stop here if they can get it.
Offense stays out on the field.
I would draw the defense offsides on his 4th and short, see if I can get him. Then you also takes him on the backfield, so you know you can get in the yard with him.
And Hill.
Taysom Hill has put us back in this game, and he has scored all the points for the Saints. It's amazing.
Love the call. When you have Taysom Hill back there, you know what he can do. You know how powerful a runner he is.
What happened?
Just take a look at what he does to the.
Oh, Devin Bush.
On his way to a touchdown. That's a power.
Yeah, Devin Bush got caught up.
Second rushing touchdown of the game.
All right, score.
4th and 1. Hill takes it 33 yards into the end zone. Saints by 7.
What's up, Carl Nation? It's your number one
All
brother.
right,
Best full service wealth management.
let's get some points up. What's going on with the Ravens game? 10-12. What is going on in that game? Yeah, Devin Bush is just not great. Thing is, what Taysom Hill fumbled at the goal line, and then he also is the interception. So I mean, he giveth and he taketh. Yeah, they're just targeting the shit out of Taysom Hill right now. It's so weird.
Well, Fox is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. What a day it's been for Taysom Hill. 18 yards in the air, 54 on the ground. He's caught a career-high 8 passes, a 42-yard kickoff return, 2 touchdowns. And by the way, he's also committed 2 turnovers, but he made up for it. He made up for sure. 4, take it down to 15-yard line. Huge game coming up.
Let's do something.
Saturday. 2 Ohio State, number 5 Indiana. It all kicks off live from Columbus, 10 a.m. Saturday, big noon kickoff. Indiana, Ohio State.
That wasn't on Ford. Yeah, that wasn't on Ford.
That new payday after beating Penn State, a very, very good Penn State team. Earns that money, earns the victory, and now sets up a big showdown with Ohio State.
Run starts with the 16 off the play fake. Catches
Jamari Thrash.
By Jamari Thrash, the rookie out of Louisville. If the name sounds familiar here in New Orleans, his brother Frank Signetti was the Saints quarterbacks coach under Jim Haslett back in 2000 and 2001.
How do you know that? Where did you get that from, Kenny? How would you know that?
Well, you're in turducken. I'm doing other things.
You're doing another thing. I got you. You're doing real work. Well, I mean the turducken. All right, fair enough.
Remember meeting with Frank when he was with the Rams on their staff?
Yeah.
New set downs for Jameis Winston and the Browns. Trailing by 7.
Oh.
Picked off while you're going on.
Yeah, Njoku ran the wrong route. You're looking at Jameis Winston, he's really trying to throw behind Njoku. You're going to see Jerry Jeudy running a slant. Njoku runs this as if it were a hot route.
That happens way too much with this team.
DeMario Davis or somebody to blitz, so he stopped like it was a hot route. Instead, they had coverage, and they were very fortunate that ball was not picked
Way
up.
too much.
Second and 10. Early fourth quarter. Catches made by Njoku.
3rd and 6.
32-yard line.
So you see the difference in the previous play. Njoku just kind of ran and stopped. This time, there was nobody blitzing, so he runs an out route away from DeMario, makes for an easy completion. Saints have had success on 3rd down today against the Browns. Talked about in the first quarter, Joe Woods, he likes to get the same look, and so far he's given that same look and come back with man behind it. It's been very effective.
Got it.
Down in 4, they pick up the first.
Not that time.
A lot of running room for Njoku.
Easy.
Reception. And the Browns move the chains. Gain of 18 for David Njoku.
And Njoku, he's going to recognize that they're actually blitzing this time. Ugo Amade goes on the blitz, makes for an easy completion. Jameis Winston and him on the same page. Gets a nice first down for the Browns.
Just over 11 minutes remaining. 7.6 lead. Judy goes in motion. There's Chubb looking for running.
Way to slip through.
And gains 3 to the New Orleans 46.
It would look like it was nothing there.
It's fun to watch Chubb. And look at him, and I feel like he's about 10 pounds too heavy. He's been really, really good over the course of his career. He plays at about 225 pounds. And when I say it's fun to watch him, because every time it looks like he's supposed to be stopped for a yard or two, he always falls forward, finds a way to get those 4 or 5 yards. That's why his average per rush is so great. He's such a powerful running back.
Play blown 10. Penalty markers.
Full start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty.
Come on, Jack.
Browns lead the league in first snap penalty.
Nah, it's the first one all game.
7 touchdowns, 49 yards on the ground for Chubb, and a big day for Judy.
Yeah, you get these type of impressive numbers because you didn't have a lot of pre-snap penalties. I believe that's the first one today. They were really intent on cleaning that up. We called their games a couple times. It was killing them. The false starts, the illegal shifts, all of that. And now today cleaned it up. They got that first one just now.
Second down and 12. Winston steps up and is taken down.
For a 2-yard gain.
She had a sack earlier.
That's a nice job by the secondary. We'll take a look at them and what Jameis Winston is looking at. He sees nothing. The check down isn't there either. Smartly pulls it down.
All right, Jameis, come on, get something. Face mask. It's a face mask. All right, punt, play defense.
Take a look. Joe Woods, he brought the pressure on the original third down this time, on the previous third down this time. He drops back in coverage. You see Jerry Jeudy doubled. You see the other guys covered.
Nah, it's not a face mask.
Face mask.
Nah, it's not.
High in that head or neck area.
It's not a face mask.
All
right.
And Granderson gets the sack.
Big series for the Saints defense. Couple of sacks. At the 11-yard line.
Come on, brother.
He's staying in bounds. Wow, he's staying in bounds. Touchdown.
Mike Ford for the Browns, he swears that had stepped out of bounds. Take a look at the blocks. They're all set up. The Browns punched them.
Brother, this happens every week. Let's see. He step out of bounds. Yeah, he's out of bounds. That's close. That's out of bounds.
He stepped out.
Yeah, he's out of bounds. Jesus. Still gave him 70 yards of field position, man. In a one-score game. Special teams has been horrific.
9 punt return touchdowns. 40 had an 88-yard return for a score, but he did step out of bounds, so it goes to the books. 53 yards.
He was about 6 inches away from that being a touchdown. Regardless, Saints offense, they're starting with great field position.
Friends react to the video screen, but it looked like he stepped out.
Of course, you can zoom in on him stepping out, and the fans still be like, oh, no way, he was still in bounds. That's what fans do.
Great field position for the Saints with a 7-point lead from the Browns 35. Carr rolling right. Bailey throws.
Picked off. Oh.
Shifted by Delpit. Moreau is the intended receiver.
Man, he had Moreau. Carr severely underthrew this football, and Delpit was able to make up for it.
It's kind of crazy what you're allowed to get away with when you're like stopping a DB from catching the football versus a DB stopping a wide receiver, because he just put his hands over his eyes.
They threw it all the way down, and if he threw it on time and deeper, it would have been a touchdown. And you would kind of argue that it might have been offensive pass.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy what you're allowed to get away.
Play on, 2nd down and 10.
Movement prior to snap. Encroachment. Defense number 94. 5-yard penalty. This is 2nd down. Dalvin Tomlinson.
Can't give him 5 free ones.
Some of those unforced errors starting to rear them ugly head for the Browns. They had a procedural penalty on offense, now jumping off sides on defense. You're already down 7. You need every opportunity to make a play as opposed to giving up yards.
2nd and 5, Kamara. Stays on his feet. Inside the 20. And finally dragged down by Ronnie Hickman. 18 and a Saints first down.
Yeah, the Browns had bottled up Kamara. They were really defending this. It's called the wide zone. They've been defending it very well, but Alvin Kamara is too good to keep corralled. And you see the way that he's able to slash, set up his blocks, bounce to the outside, the speed, the explosion. He looks right at his offensive line. Says thank you, because they did a tremendous job on that play.
Carr split out wide to the right.
Yep.
After the 18-yard pickup, hardest of the day for Kamara. Taysom Hill, the fake to Kamara. Hill to a 5. And he drags Emerson with him.
This was actually defended well by the Browns. Delpit's there. He didn't allow him to get outside, and it's a missed tackle by Ronnie Hickman. In that free safety position for the Browns, they've been rotating Hickman and Juan Thornhill, just trying to get the right guy that can be that eraser, make up for any bad plays. So far, it just hasn't been there this season for the Browns at that safety position. Now you're going to go with Rodney McLeod at that free safety spot for the Browns.
Kamara on 2nd down. Picks up the first. Inside.
Oh, the defense has just been a disappointment today.
Looks like the Saints offense is wearing down this Browns defensive front. Jumbo packages coming in. You have Adam Prentice coming in. You have Oli Odu coming in. He's going to play a tight end position for them. I'd imagine they want to get Kamara a rushing touchdown here.
He's the all-time franchise leader. Taysom Hill has 2 today. First and goal, running behind the fullback. Prentice. Kamara. This stop short. Jordan Hicks with the defensive play for the Browns. It will be 2nd and goal.
I mean, at this point, I'm like, do you even want to stop him?
For Eric McCoy.
I mean, you could get it to like a 4th and goal and then get the ball back with 1 score, so I guess it's worth it. You got 3 timeouts left.
Communication issues are none. Now we need to be physical to make a tackle here.
Double package remains in. Far to the end zone. Juwan drops.
Yeah, Diabite just got abused here. Look, they're in trip. What the Saints did is very smart in this game. They're staying in 3 tight ends because they want to attack the Browns and keep them in base because they don't think they have the linebackers to cover, and that's been the right bet all game here, right? Devin Bush has been a liability in coverage. Diabite been a liability in coverage, and they've been winning with their tight ends. Remember, Taysom Hill is a tight end all game here. All game, the Browns just don't have the linebackers.
Point of attack as well as pass catching, gets himself a passing touchdown there for the Saints.
But Kubiak, who broke into the lead, sharing an offense the size.
Yeah, defensively, they got taken advantage of. We got hope for something crazy to happen here to get back into this one. Yeah, I don't think this one on coach. I mean, like defensively, this team just didn't show up. All right. Eh. Yeah, defensively, team just didn't show up. All right.
Plus yards.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, the teams have rushed the ball more this year, right? So passing was down a little bit. So kind of makes sense when you look at it from that angle. So yeah, this has been one of those back and forth games. And right now, the Saints, they responded every time the Browns came with a touchdown or a big play or a takeaway. Saints did a nice job of facing adversity and really getting after it on the offensive side.
14 to eat. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Next Sunday, huge doubleheader on Fox. Cowboys take on the Commanders plus other regional action. And then an America's game of the week. The Packers and the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
And you will see the Cardinals and the Seahawks. We'll have our first opportunity this year to call the Detroit Lions, who put up 52 points today on Jacksonville. Can't wait.
Talking about one of the best teams in the NFC right now. You can argue the best team in the NFL. The way that they're scoring, defense plays that tight man coverage. It's going to be really fun to watch the Detroit Lions.
Browns go back to work, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Ford makes the catch, breaks a tackle. Speaking of the Lions, as Davis wraps them up.
Come on.
Go back to 2015, Darren.
Second and 4.
Coach in Miami was brought in by Bill Parcells and his regime. Who else is on that staff with the Dolphins alongside Rizzi? You had Dan Campbell, head coach of the Lions. Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator in Detroit. And Zach Taylor, the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, all together with the Miami Dolphins.
Staff.
Got it.
It's Tillman. Picks up a Browns first down.
That was big.
In Saints territory, 23 yards.
Yeah, nice job by Jameis Winston. Nice throw. Nice route by Cedric Tillman. what I really like from the Browns offense is that they're still staying under center. They've had a lot of success. Their 2 touchdowns came from Jameis Winston being under center. You go to shotgun now, and yeah, it's okay. It's not been as effective as when Jameis Winston has been under center and making plays.
All the middle. If not full takes up, or brings down their own 4. They lose yardage on the play.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's obvious pass. You're in gun. So now you have the defensive line. They're just able to read their keys from the offensive line. When you're under center, you still have that split second where the defense has to clear the run first. You clear the run, and then that gives you the opportunities for the big plays.
Second down at 15. Winston complete to Joku. Taylor.
All right, 3rd and super long here.
Long upcoming.
Probably 2 down territory, right?
Trailing by 14.
Yeah, this will be 2 down territory. So they don't have to go and try and complete all 10 yards here for a first down. They can go 5 yards, 6 yards, make it a 4th and manageable.
Winston is thrown for 375. And it's returned to the Warriors. 4th down and 10. Winston on a slant, caught by Moore. So they gain 8.
All right, 4th and 3.
Trailing by 14. It's now 4th down and 2.
And yeah, the Joku, who was a very big target for Jameis Winston in these 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts, then it opens up the slants again. Or it's actually going to be tight coverage, and then you'll see these kind of out routes to the sideline for Jameis Winston.
Winston on 4th down.
Got it.
All
All right, score. Got to score. Got to score. Got to score.
Will continue.
Yeah, anytime you have offenses that are going to condense the formation, it's because they want space to the outside. So you condense the formation with Elijah Moore, allow him to run a speed out. There's no way that the corner is going to make up with that ground. Jameis Winston with a big arm gets the completion.
Run the 26. First down. Winston steps up. Stays on his feet. Catch is made by Joker. That's his.
Get on the ball. Get on the ball. Get on the ball. Tempo, tempo, tempo.
That's where Brooks wins.
Take a look at the pressure from the front 4. And Joe Woods, he's been very selective in having a 5th man come on the blitz, a 5th or 6th man come on the blitz. It's been 4-man pressure that time. They almost got home on Winston.
Second down and 6. Winston was hit as he got rid of it. Hits the turf.
That's not a fumble.
Incomplete. No, Winston. Let the play go. They let it go. It's Will Harris.
That's not going to count. He's just going to tire himself out. Yeah, he's just going to tire himself out here.
Will Harris milking it, trying to get some rest. Let's take a look at Jameis Winston's arm.
Yeah.
It looked like it was moving forward for
Yes.
sure.
Looked like it was moving forward. Cameron Jordan getting in there.
After
Getting
review, it
pressure.
was a forward pass that fell on the ground incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. Please reset the game clock to 2:52.
They're going to replay assist. The announcement from Alex Kemp. The arm was moving forward.
But really appreciate the officials letting it play out as opposed to blowing it and had it not move forward.
Will Harris headed to the sideline. Of course, it's a little bit weird.
He tried to jump into the stand, sit down a little bit, get a quick breather.
Went for some Duncan.
No, he can't have my Duncan. Stop him. Stop him.
That's right. There's nothing. 3rd down and 6. The timeout was taken by the Saints.
They don't want to get Will Harris back on the field.
14-point lead in Darren Rizzi's second game as interim head coach. As we check in with Jeff.
Jameis with 395 passing right now.
Spirit with the coaching change last week. His struggle was how to carry that over to this week and motivate them. So earlier this week, he walked into practice with a sledgehammer and a hard hat, and he told the guys, if you want continued success, it's time to put your hard hat on and go to work. And it's time to think about big sledgehammers and slam our way through problems like complacency. Clearly, message received. Now Rizzi's going to have a bye week coming up to plot out his next motivation strategy for week 13.
Right, that's it. Derek Carr told us that Rizzi said to the entire team after the game last week, during the week, great job, but we need to do it again.
Right. Can't be a one-hit wonder, a one-game wonder. Bringing that passion and energy has to be a staple for this team.
Winston throws on third down. It's out of bounds.
Yeah, we mentioned Cameron Jordan. He's getting a lot more playing time. Just watch how they all collapse the pocket. Carl
Yeah.
Brandon,
Wyatt got beat again.
squeezing, and then you have Cam Jordan from the front side also squeezing and just making it very difficult. Jameis Winston, you see the frustration on his face. Very difficult for Jameis to step into a throw and make a completion.
Fourth down at 6.
That's too much.
No flags.
Yeah.
Taylor defending. The Saints will take over on downs.
Devontae Taylor, one-on-one cover.
Well, you play better special teams, you might have a chance to win this game, but you play as abysmal as you did on special teams, it's going to be what happens, man.
Doesn't give Jameis Winston any room.
I mean, at this point, Jameis got to be gassed. He'd have thrown the ball like 50 times. Been under pressure, too.
In the second half, playing good man coverage, and the miscues are what's going to haunt the Browns today. The failed two-point conversion, 2 missed field goals, and then 2 turnovers on downs. Find themselves down 2 scores with less than 3 minutes to go in this game.
Take some help. Still can't break him down.
Looked like Manu Diabate was along for the ride there. Taysom Hill wasn't going down. And take a look at his whole day today. And Clint Kubiak just masterful the way that he used Taysom Hill in the run game, passing game, as a pass catching receiver, as a running back. He had the turnovers, he had the interceptions, but he had so
Ain't no spam in chat.
The Saints are up 2 scores, and that one right there, that just epitomizes who he is as a player, and that sums up how the game went. A 4th down, you give it to Taysom Hill, everybody knows he's going to get it, runs through 2 tackles for a touchdown, has the Saints up 28-14.
Career high 8 receptions. Aaron Rizzi told us on Friday, we're at our best when Taysom is involved in everything. Now that is what we've seen.
Yeah, why not? Just salt the wounds, right? Just why not, right?
He just doesn't stop. He's 100 miles an hour every time. And the crazy thing is, you know he's getting the football. That's the crazy thing about it. They run the power, bounces outside, nobody keeps contained, and he just runs away from the defense for an easy touchdown.
Touchdown runs of 10-33, and now 75 yards. The Saints' 3rd touchdown of the 4th quarter. Hill has 2 of them.
Just take a look at the way he runs. Powerful, explosive. Sees that no one is chasing him, and he throttles it down just a little bit to get that touchdown.
His 3rd game with at least 100 rushing yards. A career high 138.
And there's Clint Kubiak congratulating him. And I had mentioned 2 weeks ago, the Chargers had a similar type of game plan. They don't have a gadget guy in Taysom Hill. 248 all-purpose yards today, 3 rushing touchdowns. But
This is bad. This is really bad.
Amongst the Browns, especially the secondary and linebackers, and You can see the confusion today. The Browns just were not ready.
Yeah, I don't know if Stefanski going to survive this, man.
What we have seen from Taysom Hill today is flat out remarkable.
Yes.
With the Saints leading 35-14, it was tied at 14.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, they scored 3 touchdowns, 2 from Hill.
Yeah.
4-leaf clover, you're doing the most pathetic victory lap right now. It's not even a victory lap. You're like, oh, yeah, Deshaun. You tried to shit on Deshaun. Brother, Jameis Winston had 400 yards in this game. Deshaun Watson never had over 200. If you're trying to make a point about Deshaun Watson, you sound like an absolute idiot. Bye. So stupid. You're trying to make a point about Deshaun Watson. Like, yeah, that's what's changed. Jameis is worse than Deshaun Watson, right? Please shut the fuck up. All right. Khalil Kaj says, I feel like someone getting fired for this. Look, they play Pittsburgh next week, man. They play Pittsburgh Thursday. Like, if you don't, I fear the whole regime is about to be blown up. I don't even know if they're going to wait until the end of the season. And I'm shocked that we're here. But I'm going to be honest with you. If they get blown out versus Pittsburgh next week, I mean, not next week, on Thursday, that's it, dog. Like, I think they're not going to make it out of there. Maybe I'm overreacting. But let's be real about this. Yeah. Let's be real about this. They're not going to make it. Like, yeah, somebody made the point. This was coming out of a bye week, man. Like, you can, if you lose to Pittsburgh by a bunch of points next week, they're not going to make it. That's it. Like, Stefanski's probably gone, and then you're probably going to try your best to replace him with Mike Vrabel or something like that. Like, that's it. There was a way you can end the season, and this ain't how you could end it. This is not on the list of acceptable outcomes. Is there pressure on this team to win? There should be, right? I made that whole point. There should be pressure for them to win. Someone said, screw 400 yards. We want the win in defense of Deshaun Watson. Brother, Deshaun Watson didn't win. Like, please, say what? Stop trying to get a victory out of this. The Browns stink. Nobody should be happy. There's no victory lap for anybody who cheers for the Browns right now. You fucking losers. Damn. Like, seriously. What is there to be happy about? What's there to be happy about? Unbelievable. Dude, Stefanski is not going to survive this. I don't, this isn't even an argument of if you like Kevin Stefanski or not. If he loses to Pittsburgh, it's going to be hard for him to keep his job. It is what it is. Like, that's it. That's it. Like, that's what's going to go down. I'm just telling you right now, like, Deshaun Watson's not a good quarterback. That's it. Like, it just is what it is. In 2024, we saw what it was. There was some hope in 2023, but 2024, he's not going to come back off that Achilles and save you next year. Like, it's already looking like you're going to have to do some version of a reset if you're the Cleveland Browns. And if this is what they're putting on the field, right, a football team that, quite frankly, looks like they've given up, then what is the appeal for Kevin Stefanski at that point? DB Dog says, so disappointed in this team coming out of a bye. Team just hasn't been good right now. O-line is cooked. Interested to see how many of our O-line injuries from our own players getting pushed into their legs. More than one. It's more than one. So we'll see who survives this or not. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be hard for Kevin to survive if he can't win against the Steelers, even especially since that's a Thursday night game, because if he gets fired, you got 10 days to put in new guys. If Kevin gets fired, who would you want them to take a look at? Look, if Kevin gets fired, it's only to put in Mike Vrabel. They're not going to fire Kevin and just hire somebody random. And it's not like the coaching is the reason for like why the team is losing right now. It's not the only reason. I think the defense and the effort all around hasn't been great, but somebody has to go. And that somebody's probably going to be Kevin. Yeah, this is timing him out for 24 hours. The team is checked out mentally after this. They came into this game mentally checked out, man. That's it. That's just going to be what happens. Like the same way when I was watching the Washington game, I was like, wow, this Watson thing's not going to last much longer. He's really just diminished. That's the same feeling I got watching Taysom Hill run that touchdown in, which is feels like Kevin Stefanski's time here in Cleveland is on borrowed time. AB, I don't know if AB survives this either, but it would be hard to fire a GM in the middle of the season, especially when there's no obvious replacement. Like, that's the only thing AB has going for it. He's a little bit harder to fire because of his position. Somebody's got to go. And Kevin's the guy that's visible right now. Like, if you fire AB, nobody thinks it's going to change going into next week. You don't beat Pittsburgh next week, dog. Like, I know how Jimmy Haslam operates. Somebody's getting fired. That's just where we're at. Oh, wow. Zay Flowers just dropped a wide open pass. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them to survive this, man. And I don't really care what Kevin's going to say in his press conference, man. Nobody actually cares what he's going to say in the press conference. Also, Bubba is going to be giving up multiple touchdowns. Yeah, Bubba's got to go like today. Bubba and D-Hop can stay in New Orleans. Absolutely got to stay in New Orleans. Somebody asks, why is this Kevin's fault? And it's not going to be 100% on Kevin. But think about it like this. This team is 2-8. They thought they were going to be at least a 10-win team this season. They're sitting at 2-8. If they lose to Pittsburgh on national TV, which they're projected to, they'll be 2-9. That kind of disappointment usually does not go without people getting fired, especially when you're coming off of back-to-back-to-back-to-back losses. Now, is this all on Kevin? No. Obviously, Deshaun Watson underperformed this year. Obviously, the Browns weren't as good as they thought they were on paper. Obviously, AB didn't do a good enough job. Obviously, Jim Schwartz didn't do a great job of advancing this defensive agenda going into this season. But you can only really point the finger at one person, and it's going to have to be Kevin because he's the figurehead of this team. He's going to be the one associated with all of this. Oh, we're going to talk about the kicker. Don't worry. Don't worry. I don't know if firing Kevin's going to prove to be a mistake or not. Right? But I'm not here to debate whether it's a good idea or not. I'm just telling you right now, this is where you're at. Right? I'm not somebody who rings the coach is going to get fired bell often. But right here, like that kind of loss, like you could have lost that game and been fine. But losing that way and then going back into this week and losing again to Pittsburgh, yeah, man, that's not a double whammy a lot of coaches can survive. Even if they're two-time coach of the years, even if they're technically the most successful coach you've had since coming back in 99, that's just going to be a tough thing for a coach to survive. I don't think Kevin's the problem, so to say. But right now, Kevin's not offering up that he's part of the solution either. And that's the thing. When this team has struggled in years past, Kevin has been offering up that he's the solution at times. Right? Even in 2021, you had that one game against the Raiders where you almost beat them to stay alive in the playoff race with like your fourth string quarterback. In 2022, you were able to put together a much better offense than people expected to with Jacoby Brissett. 2023, obviously, you're 11-6. The Joe Flacco run, you got nothing to defend yourself for. And then this last year, yes, the offense is moving the ball better. They're not finishing these drives, but it's Ken Dorsey calling the plays right now. Like, it just doesn't look good for him, man. How is Dewan at left tackle? I mean, he got injured and it looked like he's probably not coming back this season. Like, you can only withstand so many disappointing seasons as a head coach. And right now, we're on the midst of the most wow, what a catch by Nelson Aguilar. Right now, we're on the midst of not only the most disappointing season Kevin's had, but the third disappointing season that Kevin's had. Are they going to call OPI on that? Hold on, wait. Let me hear if they called OPI on that. Ineligible receiver downfield. Wow. Baltimore cannot catch a break right now. It's just tough. It's just tough to survive this. Like, I'm just telling you right now. I'm keeping it 100% real with you. This is going to be tough for Kevin to survive if he does not pull out like a win on Thursday. You win on Thursday, you somehow find a way to get to like 500 in the Jameis game, then people will care. and listen to the fact that it's not your fault. You get to 2-9 and you lose to Pittsburgh. I mean, we know Jimmy loves firing people after they lose to Pittsburgh, man. Wow, what a crazy 3rd-9 play. It's not just like as much good as Kevin has, he has as much bad under his belt now as well. Actually, more bad because this is the 3rd bad season, 2 good seasons, right? We can argue whether 2022 was a success or not based on the fact that your starting quarterback was suspended 11 games, but it wasn't. Like, this is ultimately a situation where it's tough to survive. I mean, we can talk about like what Alex Van Pelt has not been able to do, even with similar pieces in New England. I don't think switching out your offensive staff has much to do with it because the offense has been fine this year when Deshaun's not playing quarterback. Like, they were able to move the ball, right? They were only under 20 points because Dustin Hopkins missed 2 very easy field goals for them to get to 20, but they still wouldn't have won this game is the problem. Wow. Baltimore scores. Are they going to go for 2 here? They gotta go for 2. Let's listen into this Baltimore game real quick to see how this ends.
Drop the ball wide open in the middle of the field. Cuts right back on one of the bigger plays of the game. And Lamar Jackson rips a throw right down the heart of the defense. And the Ravens going for 2 to try to tie. 1:06 on the clock. The last 8 meetings between these 2 teams have been decided by one score.
Timeout.
The play never happens. Whistle dead. Timeout.
Yeah, Pittsburgh called timeout. We'll come back to that when it's live. But yeah, I think that's the sobering realization I think everybody needs to come to is that, hey, most this season, I think a good amount of people thought that Kevin A.B.B. safe no matter what. I don't think both of them will be gone, but one of them will be gone. And it's hard to argue for Kevin Stefanski at this point, the way this season is gone. It's just hard to argue. Like, straight up. Don't know what else to say about it, you know? And Baltimore will not get the 2-point conversion. They are going to lose to Pittsburgh. 16-18. I mean, Pittsburgh's having the season we thought we have. That's the thing that hurts even more, right? Like, these things matter. Jimmy is feeling that, right? He's watching Pittsburgh, and he's like, this is what we thought we were going to have this year. And they're in first place, and they're about to be 8-2. And if they come in here on Thursday and beat the piss out of you, he's going to fire somebody. Will I consider a live stream for the Cavs game? Yeah, I'm thinking about doing Tuesday. Depends on how my schedule lines up, but I'm thinking about doing Tuesday. It's not analytics killing this team. I mean, the analytics can't make these players go out there, play harder. Analytics can't make you have a franchise quarterback. The Browns' problems are very basic. Their quarterback position was woefully insufficient to start the year. That's number one, first and foremost. Their quarterback sucks. Deshaun Watson sucked. Because Deshaun Watson sucked, you start the season 1-6. Deshaun Watson gets injured. Jameis Winston steps in. even though Jameis Winston is mediocre, he is still much more successful at the quarterback position than Deshaun Watson was. But your defense is falling apart at that same time. Your offensive line looks old as hell. And overall, team-wide, especially on the defensive side of the ball, effort is not great. Special teams is not great. And now you're just looking like a losing team. Like, the whole point of keeping Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry here is because you want to retain a culture of winning. And right now, I just don't see a culture of winning being maintained on this team because they're not fighting out there trying to win a game. They're just basically giving up at the end. That's it. Didn't the Browns expect to be here, yet here we are, and Dewan has a didn't expect the Browns to be here, but yeah, here we are. Dewan has a broken ankle. He was saying it was broke on the field before he got carted off. We'll wait till Monday to see what the injury was, but it's not good, and he's likely out for at least 6 weeks. Is what it is. I think Andrew Berry's probably going to stay because he's the one who can navigate out this salary cap situation. I don't know. It's a tough spot for Kev, man. It's a tough spot. I mean, it's a tough spot, dog. Don't know what else to say about it other than that. Is Baltimore going to be able to get the ball back? Nope. Before. Too early. Wow, it's a big mistake by Fields.
So Fields had the right idea. The play call was there. The execution was there. And then Fields goes down a yard short.
He's doing the right thing, taking care of the football. Don't turn it over.
Yeah.
He started to slide too soon. One more step, and this thing's a wrap.
I know a lot of people are like, nobody's going to get fired. Nobody's going to get fired. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't think it's realistic for me to put out there that nobody's going to be fired. That does not feel like it's realistic. I'm just being honest here. I've told you what's been realistic and what's not been realistic about people getting fired or quarterbacks getting moved on for a long time here. I don't think it's realistic to think that he's just safe. It's just not realistic. Like, this is not enough for a coach of the year to just make you immune from. Like, even if he had won a Super Bowl, it'd be hard. Yeah, I think we're beyond the point of just sacrificing Ken Dorsey, man. Denandre says we could get in if we return, if we trade Kevin. What could we get in return if we trade Kevin to Philly? I don't know, man. It's probably irrelevant. Like, even if Jimmy Haslam isn't a hothead, like, I need people to understand. If Mike Tomlin was doing this right now, like, it would be tough for him to finish this year. If John Harbaugh was doing this, it'd be tough. Like, John Harbaugh's almost gotten fired for seasons that weren't as bad as what the Browns are going through right now. Now, obviously, the standard is much higher for them. They got the first down, so Pittsburgh won that game. Did they not get it? Yeah, Pittsburgh got it. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I don't feel great about Kevin's chances of finishing this year. Just don't. It's going to be tough for him. It's going to be extremely tough for him, man. So this game just ended, and I want to give my thoughts about this game. And the overwhelming feeling, and maybe I'm being too reactionary here, right? Maybe I'm just reacting to what I saw, but I usually do a good job of separating that. I don't think that's the case. I think this is just where the team is, unfortunately. But watching this game, watching the end of this game unfold the way it did, I think it's going to be really tough for Kevin to survive this season. I understand that a lot of people will be happy to hear that. I understand a lot of people will be upset to hear it. It's going to be a polarizing move no matter what they do or don't do at the head coach position after this year. But in my opinion, if they don't pull out a win here on Thursday against the Steelers, I really I don't expect Kevin to get fired after that game, but like I wouldn't be shocked if something came down the pipe where Kevin Stefanski was fired or relieved in the middle of the season. Now, I think the two coach of the years, it doesn't save him from the failure of this season compound with the failure of 2021. But I think the two coach of the years saves him from being fired in the middle of the season. And I don't know where Jimmy Haslam's head is because ultimately he's the guy who's going to make the call on this, right? If Jimmy is not bothered at all by what's going on this season, then okay. I have concerns about if he's not bothered at all by how this season is going. But I understand the need to, when reactionary decisions has failed this franchise so long, I understand not wanting to be reactionary to a point to where you're not going to do anything about how bad this season has gone. I also know that Jimmy has been somebody who has been known to make decisions after that Pittsburgh game, especially if this team is profoundly disappointing. And this team this year is profoundly disappointing. And I think what made me feel like Kevin's days are more numbered than not watching this game is the overall and absolute lack of effort from this football team at the end of this game versus the Saints. Like, this did not look like a team that was still in the fight, that still cared who their coach was going to be next year. This looked like a team that's just out there playing football under whoever. It does not feel like this is Kevin's team right now. When I say that, I mean it doesn't feel like Kevin has his fingers on the switches to be able to push this team to do what they need to do. In 2022, in 2023, it felt like he had that. In 2020, it felt like he had that. Even in 2021, you weren't embarrassed by the effort that the Cleveland Browns had. There were just some individual performances that were so bad that you couldn't overcome. This isn't that. This feels like this team is disconnected from the messaging coming from the entire coaching staff right now. Like, it doesn't feel like people are bought in. It feels like people are checked out. And on one hand, yeah, you can say it's the record that has them checked out, but part of the reason for justifying Kevin Stefanski surviving this year, part of the reason for wanting Kevin Stefanski to stay on as head coach is because continuity makes it easier to build culture. But if that culture is not there anymore, and it does not look like it's there right now, then what exactly are you preserving? That is the concern for me. This team went out not swinging against the Chargers, and then they came off a bye week versus another bad team, right? With the Chargers, I was willing to cut you some slack because the Chargers are one of the better teams in football right now. But the Saints aren't that. And you came off a bye week, and it didn't feel like you had the better culture than the team that just fired their coach. It didn't feel like you had better camaraderie than the team that just fired their head coach. And if there's nothing there to preserve when it comes to locker room leadership, locker room culture, all of these things that we think that the coach is in charge of, especially when they're not calling plays anymore, what are we preserving? And look, I'm saying this is somebody who has been favorable to Kevin because I've seen how well he can technically do his job. I've always been critical of his failures at the people stuff when it comes to his job. It came up with Joe Woods. It's coming up right now. It came up a couple of years ago. The problem with Kevin is the people stuff. And you thought last year they took a big step to fixing the people stuff. But this year, the people stuff is an issue. And I get it. The Browns aren't a perfect team this year. Maybe we were dreaming, thinking that this team's floor coming into the season was 10 wins. So maybe we should have just had our expectations adjusted. But nobody thinks that this team should be 2 in whatever they are right now. 2-8? 2-8. With a chance, a strong chance to be 2-9. They shouldn't be world beaters right now. I'll give you that. The Browns have not been playing at a high enough level to suggest that they should be world beaters. Even if they were healthy, even if they had a franchise quarterback, they wouldn't be up there with Buffalo or Pittsburgh or Baltimore. They wouldn't be up there. I get that. But they shouldn't be a 2-win football team. You expect your coach to provide a floor for your team, right? There's two people that you expect to provide a floor. Your head coach, your quarterback. Well, we know our quarterback stinks, and our coach can't provide that floor either. The culture doesn't feel like a winning culture. I'm watching guys jog down Taysom Hill as he destroyed you all game. The lack of effort, the apathy on the team, the inability all season to get these guys ready for a game. Like, the Browns have not started a single game where I'm like, oh, they ready to play. Not one game. That's the stuff that I look at and go, I don't know if Kevin can survive that, man. Because I don't know what the argument is for him to survive it. And I'm saying this again as somebody who has been able to see what Kevin's been able to accomplish a lot clearer than most. But I'm looking at this right now, and I'm thinking we just don't want to, like, with Kevin, I don't know. He's the hardest one to justify keeping at this point, especially if you lose to Pittsburgh. Because everything that we thought was a floor with Kevin Stefanski coming into this year has been wiped out. Kevin doesn't lose 2 games back-to-back. This year, he done lost 2 games back-to-back more than I can count. Right? Coming into the season, Kevin does great in division games. Well, lost to the Bengals. Kevin doesn't lose to the Bengals. Lost to the Bengals. A lot of the stuff that we thought was Kevin providing a floor has fallen through. Now, maybe it's just an off year for Kevin. But it's going to be tough. And I think Kevin and Andrew Berry are a package deal. So maybe the only thing keeping Kevin in charge is the fact that getting rid of Andrew Berry would be simply inconvenient right now. Now, I don't know if Andrew Berry has done enough to justify his job because his job takes much longer to evaluate. Right? With Kevin and Stefanski, you can evaluate what they're doing week to week, win-loss record, effort on the field. All of that stuff is immediately evaluatable for Kevin Stefanski. For Andrew Berry, the truth is we won't know what this 2023 class looks like until a couple of years down the road. We won't know what the 2022 class looks like for a couple of years. Like, these things are just going to take time to understand if he had success, if he failed. Right? I remember how much we loved the John Dorsey 2019 draft class. Then you go back and you look at that draft class and you realize that was an awful draft class. Even the 2018 one, right? If you take out the extra picks that they had because of Sachi Brown, that thing gets really dicey, right? You took Austin Corbett, number 33 overall. Like Jannard Avery barely stayed on the team. Andrew's job's going to take longer to evaluate, but I don't think you can just fire Kevin and keep Andrew. It's going to be tough. I think a lot of fans feel like a change is justified at this point. Hey, man, coming into this game, I was fairly confident that Kevin would be able to show enough if given the opportunity to remind people that he's still a good coach. But maybe Deshaun Watson isn't the only person who's regressed. Maybe Wyatt Teller isn't the only person who's regressed. Maybe it's Kevin too. I don't know. Like, my mind tells me you should stick with Kevin throughout this year. It's been a weird, funky year. Maybe you just stick with them and you're rewarded for it down the line. You already signed him to a contract. But my gut tells me he won't make it out this season. Because how these games are unfolding and how this team is losing right now, it's just so bad. Like, it was not this bad in terms of how people are taking it when this team was winless. Like, this is as bad as it gets. It really is. It's as bad as it gets. Now, that being said, I think the only reason the Browns fire Kevin Stefanski is because they feel like they have somebody else they can bring in, right? They feel like they could get Mike Vrabel or Clint Kubiak or whoever, right? Like, they feel like they have somebody that they can bring in immediately. And maybe that's the case with Mike Vrabel. I don't know. But this is going to have to be a conversation that's going to be had and be taken very seriously. Because after this game, I don't know if Kevin makes it out of this year, man. Thursday night, he's got to pull a rabbit out the hat on Thursday night. He's got to pull out an upset. Because if they get stomped on Thursday night, man, I really don't know. And there's things you can point to, right? Maybe they could just fire Ken Dorsey. But I think this is way beyond firing Ken Dorsey. And to be honest, it's not stuff that I'm blaming on Kevin that really has to do exclusively with the offense. I thought the offense was fine in this game. They didn't put up a ton of points, but they gave the team a lot of opportunities to make points. Special teams kind of let them down. That's something I'll talk about later. But Like, my complaints with Kevin aren't, oh, the offense stinks or his play calling stinks. Like, those aren't my complaints with Kevin right now. My complaints with Kevin are much more serious and much harder for him to escape. It's not that I think the play calling stinks. It's not that I think the offense stinks. It's that I think that this team is not motivated to play for you. I think that this team is disconnected from your message. That's a more serious diagnosis, in my opinion. Don't know what to do with that. Y'all let me know. John Coyne says the lack of effort is so bad I can't blame the apathy. Yeah, it's worse than just being apathetic at this point. It's worse than your record being bad. Futuristic riff. All the injuries from the Browns training staff, or is it just football? I hope they can be better next year. I mean, at this point, you might want to take a look at the training staff. Like, I don't see the harm in just moving on and just hiring new people, even if it's not the training staff, just for like the optics of it. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. It's your first super. Another thing I want to get through here is, regardless of if the Browns fire Kevin Stefanski or not, and this is going to be something I talk about in my other video tonight, Bubba Ventrone got to go. Bubba Ventrone has to go. But I'll talk to y'all about that later. All right, y'all, man. For those of us still willing to watch the Browns, I'll see you Thursday. For those of us who are watching the Cavs, subscribe to my Cavs channel. I might be doing something on there on Tuesday. Videos are going to be coming up fairly regularly on the Cavs channel. Make sure you check it out. I'm probably going to record a video about the comments that Draymond Green had about this year's Cavs team, because I think that that's going to be something to talk about. But, yep, y'all have a great day. Peace.